Hey, I'm Marcus.
I'm Atrax.
And I'm Nick.
We are Working Class Nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, November 17th, 2022, and you can find this New World 176 podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you can find a podcast in the galaxy far, far away.
You can also find every single Working Class Nerds episode on YouTube. Just search for the Working Class Nerds podcast or go to youtube.com/MarcusB814, click on playlists, click on Working Class Nerds, and boom! Every episode, past and present, right at your fingertips.
And you can watch me completely fail at video games Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at twitch.tv/MarcusB814.
And you can watch me play video games every single Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/NickVern51.
You can watch me continue the Monday Night Vibes at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/A_Atrax.
And we're all on social media. I'm MarcusB814.
I am at Atrax_A.
And I'm Nick Vern, that's an ACKV art. In this week's episode, we're going to a whole new world. That's right.
A whole new world.
A whole new world. And none of us can sing, so good luck, everybody. That's definitely not the last time we're saying that. We're going to a whole new world with some great friends on the show. Welcome back, Venarros and Cat's Tails, both of you. So welcome back, and what have you been up to?
I guess I'll go first. I'm so sorry, guys. I am probably going to cough a little bit. I'm a little bit sick.
Oh, go for it.
What's going on in the video game world? I don't know, you guys. I'm going wild. Like about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, while I was in my stream, I brought up to the stream, I said, hey, there's going to be such a thing as a fresh start server in New World. And I was like, maybe we should grab a couple people. And now it's like 2.5 weeks later. I've got a company. We got 80 something people in the company. We own a tile.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
We've been to war. We're gearing up. We're getting it done. It's fucking awesome. I don't know.
Really
That's
cool.
about it. I'm still raiding in SWTOR. I'm doing nightmare raiding. It's a little rough. It's still going like it's going, and that's about what I've been up to.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, that's great.
Is a company a guild?
A company is a guild. It's only the cap is 100 members.
Oh,
So we're up to 80
okay.
something. We started off like literally there were like 5 of us on for the goof. We also named it Pickle Party.
All right. 80 members in the pickle party.
I like it. I like it.
83 as of last
83
count.
even. Wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
So there you go.
So
Making me
Ven,
turn red.
That's awesome, though.
So Ven, what have you been up to? And I'm guessing you're number 2 in the pickle party.
I'm actually number 3, I guess, because Kat's number 2.
All right.
She don't want to deal with being in charge.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, being the assistant manager is always better than being the full manager.
Yeah, because you can be like
Especially
the
to
good
80
guy, the
people.
good cop and the good cop, bad cop, you know?
Mm-hmm. So Ven, what have you been doing in gaming?
Basically the same thing. Fresh start servers came out, been staying up to about 4 in the morning every day, playing, getting 2 hours of sleep, rinse and repeat for the past 2.5 weeks, minus the rating because I quit SWTOR this week.
Wow. All right.
That's
Hardcore
big
gamer
news.
hours.
Yeah, dude. How do you function?
I know, I can't do that.
Wait, do you get home from work and take a nap?
No.
Oh, I can't.
You're just built different, sir. I can't do that.
Well, not to dump tragedy. It's just because of my upbringing. I never got sleep, having to take care of my dad.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, yeah,
All
I
right.
understand that, but you know,
I just got used to it.
All right. So, what's your average sleep per night when you're not up
3,
until 4 in the
4.
morning? All right.
3, 4.
Oh, okay. So it's not that much less than your
No.
usual.
But I feel it below 3.
Yeah.
Do you ever take a nap?
No.
Oh, see,
I'll
fuck
fall
that.
asleep on Friday nights though. Sometimes I'll
Yeah.
end up doing that.
Yeah, I've been a part of that where.
Then I'll
where's
wake up
Ven?
with 200 Discord messages
I was gonna say, wait, it's raid time. Like, where are you? Nothing. For
Yeah.
like 5 hours.
Hey, Ben,
It catches up to you.
we're starting the raid.
Cricket.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're waiting at the first boss. Are you okay? Question marks. Okay,
much
you
word
must
for
be
word.
sleeping.
Pretty much.
That's wicked funny.
Okay, you're clearly sleeping. We're gonna find somebody else to take your place. Are you sure you're not up? Okay, you've been replaced. And then usually like 5 minutes after we replaced you, hey, I'm up. What's up? What did I miss?
I made it.
And, we just cleared the
I'm
raid.
ready. Yeah.
Yeah, we just cleared the raid. Don't worry, we got it. Rep that guy.
I've been there many a time.
Pretty much.
So Atrax, what have you been up to?
Well, I guess for me the biggest thing this week, I hit 1,000 hours on Counter-Strike, and Monday night I ended up streaming it for 8.5 hours.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Which I didn't. I really did not plan on doing it. I started around 7:30, and I reached. I think I was like, I don't know, midnight, 1:00. And that was when I was gonna stop, but I just felt I was like I'm having fun. I'm vibing out. I'm hanging out, having a good night gaming. So I just kept going, and soon enough it was like I think 3:30, and I
Sheesh.
still was like I could play more, but then I said no. I'll just end it there. But yeah, I don't know. 1,000 hours for some people in games isn't very much, but for me it is because I play such a variety of games.
Yeah.
So when
definitely.
I actually put in a good amount of time into one, it's kind of, for me, it's astonishing anyway. So that was a ton of fun. And I haven't streamed that long in a really long time. So that was kind of unique. And I was pretty surprised that I just found the energy to keep going that long. Because normally, midnight, 1:00, then I'm ready to go to bed.
Totally get
You
it.
big on the skins?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
How many
skins
knives
equals
you got?
100%. I don't know. I have quite a few. Right now I'm working on like an all green layout. So far I've got all green Glock, AK, M4, USP. I don't have gloves or a knife yet. Although my buddy's unboxed 2 of them and I've unboxed none. So I guess he got mine. I don't know. However that RNG works. But I'm definitely big into the skins. I believe skins equals wins.
I'm only
100%.
aware of the existence because of all the gambling scambles. When was that? Like 2016?
Yeah,
I think in that ballpark.
somewhere
roughly.
in there.
Yeah.
2016 to 2017.
Yeah.
Especially when they first released, it was a big deal that you could sell the skins on the market.
It was ridiculous.
And they're still pretty expensive. You know, some of them go
Yeah.
easily into $1,000.
I remember people paying
$2,000.
thousands of dollars
Jesus.
for something called Dragon Lore.
Oh yeah, that's still one of the most rare ones. That's a AWP skin. Yeah, the sniper skin. I
Wow.
think that one will be easily a couple $1,000s.
Well, you know what's funny you
Jesus.
say that? Years ago, I got one of those like Steam things, and it was like a gift in my inventory. It was something on for Team Fortress 2. And
Yeah.
it's like you can sell this on the marketplace. And I clicked the button and it was selling for $25. I'm like, fucking sell right now.
Nice.
I want $25.
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
I think that's sweet. But I don't really understand the whole like digital card game and stuff.
Yeah. I'm not super into it.
No.
But
anyway,
I was gonna say something. 1,000 hours is a lot though. Like I feel like the most. Well, I probably played like Skyrim collectively about 1,000
I
hours
feel so bad for you.
because I've got like I think I had like 500-ish hours on like one Xbox 360, then another 250 on like PC ish. So like I think I'm in that ballpark, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of time though.
I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know how. I'd have to look, but I can't. I wonder how many hours I have in SWOTOR.
Like for reference, I've been playing a lot of The Witcher 3 and I have like 150 hours. But I haven't finished it yet, but still.
Yeah, but 1,000 hours is a lot.
That's
For
a lot.
SWOTOR,
Yeah.
I think I have like actual years of my life in the game.
Oh, I
Yeah.
do.
Like actually, like I don't
Yeah.
even want to count that shit. Like no
Ben's
fucking
almost got 2.
way. Yeah, I
Wait,
mean,
2 full years?
Almost.
Wow.
Wow. For reference, 1,000 hours is 0.11 years.
So it's
Hold on. Let me do the
One
No,
conversion.
that's not
years?
right. I just looked. It's
That
Eight-
doesn't
eight-
seem right at all.
8,760 hours equals 1 year.
yeah. You just
Huh.
said 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000 equals 0.11.
Oh, I thought you
years.
said.
You know it's
never mind.
backwards.
I'm so confused.
Never
Okay,
mind.
1 year is 8,000, almost 9,000 hours. What I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So if you have
So it's
multiple
like
years, that's like
10% almost.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
since SWOTOR hit Steam, I have
no.
759 hours. Destiny 2.
damn.
Destiny 2, I have 660 hours.
That's
Damn.
rough.
Wow.
I guess I play a lot of Destiny and I suck at it.
Well, you at least play 9 hours a week for stream. At
Yeah.
I'm
least.
glad you said it, Marcus.
Oh, dude, I'm terrible.
You want my
James.
number, Marcus?
You're like, I'm just here to help.
Well, for reference, I've got 1,009 hours on CS:GO, and my next closest on Steam is 269 hours for SWOTOR.
Giggity.
Giggity.
I've got 3,253 on Destiny.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's on Steam.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
Wow.
So yeah, so my 1,000 hours doesn't seem like so much, but but it is
675 on SWTOR since Steam.
How many?
How many?
675.
Oh,
Okay.
6,000.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's about the
I'm
same as
not
Marcus.
looking. I'm going to plead the fifth on this one.
No way. You gotta chime in
get
now.
involved.
Now you want me to look? Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, take your time.
Just click on the library.
I
This is gonna
recently
be
checked
ugly.
my Guild Wars
it's not.
2 time, and I think it's around 480 hours.
Library.
I'll just say.
Just click on the game. It'll
Okay,
tell
so
you.
first of all, in New World, I have 954 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you're almost to the 1K
I have only
mark.
at
Let's go.
700.
That's one.
Damn.
All right.
Oh, you guys, I
Respect.
have a gaming problem.
No way. Which one is this?
Since the SWOTOR became part of Steam only, I have 1,951 hours.
Wow.
All right. Almost 2K there.
We
I'm
have a
embarrassed.
gamer. We have a gamer.
I'm like, what are the other games we play? Destiny? Do we even want to know? Destiny.
Destiny's got to be over 1,000.
1,658 hours.
Wow.
I thought I
Mad
played
gamer
games a lot.
hours.
I feel so inadequate right now.
Yeah.
Like I gotta step my
Let me
game up.
think. What
You
else
know
I
what
have
else
on?
might have a ton? Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's not on Steam, is it?
Yeah, that's,
no,
I played it on Steam.
Oh.
I did not. Oh, wait, yes, I did. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Oh. 584 hours in Final Fantasy.
Oh my god.
575.
Wow.
We played that
Uh,
game for 3 months.
Man.
That's a lot of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, you guys did. Yeah,
guys
you
were jamming.
grinded.
But we played it for months. I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
Well, no, but when you guys were on that grind for level 80.
that was
Yeah.
peak COVID is when we were playing that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
True too.
There's nothing else to do but game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to go with that as
Absolutely.
an excuse, and I'm just going to put that there.
Yeah, it was definitely COVID.
Yeah,
And
we'll
if
blame.
you're out there listening and you have Mad Gamer hours, let us know. I want to know what some of our other community members
Yes.
too have. Like, what are your most insane gamer hours?
Yes, let us know. Post some pictures of screenshots.
And will you beat cats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your most on Steam there? It was almost 2K.
Three.
Oh, it's
2K, I'm so
SWTOR.
tired.
So
Oh no,
tired.
that was
Yeah.
that was Ben.
And then Van had
And that's
3K and
just
change.
the SWOTOR hours since Steam became the launcher for me, which
Right.
was not that long ago.
No,
Oh.
that was like what 2 years at the
That
most.
was not that long ago. I've been playing that game for a decade.
Right.
Okay. Like,
Right.
Extrapolate that out
just
times
push it out.
10
Yeah.
more years.
Oh god, that's
Destiny
awful.
got on Steam and Shadowkeep, so I'm averaging over 1,000 hours a year on
Wow.
Destiny.
There you go.
So
That's,
roughly 1/9 of your time is being spent playing Destiny.
Well, I
I
would
feel like
say
I just-
I'm on that track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Time well spent.
I think so too. I mean, if you enjoy the game, why not?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna get into that in my section. Anyways, anything else?
Yes.
Atrax.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So now the WoW Dragonflight pre-patch came out with the Drakthir Evoker class. Been playing it a lot, and it is a ton of fun. The movement for the class, you can like jump up into the sky and go flying around. It makes movement super, super fun. The class has some cool abilities, ones where you have to like, if you hold it down for a certain amount of time, then it'll increase the power. But then obviously you can let it go earlier. So the cast time is less, but it does less damage or has different effects and stuff like that. It's a hybrid like DPS/healer class. So you can, even during your DPS, you can throw out some healing, which is a lot of, I don't know, it's a lot of fun in dungeons and stuff when your group is starting to go down and the DPS gets to claim some heals and be like, haha, I saved the group. Totally wasn't the healer. It was all me. But yeah, I love that. Love the class. I think it's a great addition. Now I'm kind of a WoW noob, so maybe some more professional players out there would be like, no, the class is broken, this and that and the other thing. But from a beginner player perspective, ton of fun. I spent an hour creating my character because there's that many cosmetic choices and stuff like that. It's good times. Good times.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
I like the idea of WoW, but the death mechanic is one of them. Like Breath of the Wild's weapon mechanic, like it's an instant turnoff.
Yeah, I can understand that. Having to go back and get your stuff.
Yeah, like I hate that shit. You die and now you have to run back to where your body was, or from the graveyard. Nope,
Yeah.
not interested in that.
That's fair.
I mean, a lot of the Souls games are like that, where you got to go like collect your souls and stuff, right?
I have no idea. I never played one.
Yeah. When you want to play Elden Ring.
I played Elden Ring as a dare. It was like a sub goal thing for. I played it for like 6 hours one day, and yeah, you do have to run back and collect your shit. It's
Right.
a little rough.
Yeah, especially on a game that has like such a high like punishment for death, like you die so often. It's
And
a
all
lot
the
of running
enemies
back.
respawn. So
And
all
all
your
the enemies-
stuff's behind the enemies you just killed.
Yeah, so you got to go nakedly run by all the enemies.
Yep.
Good luck.
Good times.
That sounds awful.
Game of the
It's
year.
fun though.
Anyway,
The game is
It
so
was
much
actually
fun. The
fun.
combat.
I mean, I played it with a friend who was like super high level, and I was just like, wearing paper armor. But of course, that opened
Yeah.
us up to being invaded by other players.
Oh,
So
right.
like about every half an hour, we had to like fight off like some invader like PvP thing. It was pretty fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was worth it. It was definitely worth it to have him there, because otherwise I would have just, you guys know me, I get lost in like every map. I would have been lost for 6 straight hours and not even accomplished a single thing. But yeah, it was great. We had a good time.
Very nice. Yeah, I've never really gotten into those games, the Souls games. I'm not good at like melee combat mechanics in general. So like I have to I had to play God of War on not normal, like the one below normal, to like enjoy the game, because I'm fucking terrible at it. I end up just mashing buttons. And I did the same thing with The Witcher. I went through most, like, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 hours of like medium, maybe 10 hours of like the medium normal or like normal level. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm sick of like the regular, like wolves should not take long to kill, like where I'm like concentrating and dodging. So I'm like, I'm just going to put it on easy and go through the story, because that's what I really like is the content. And I just one hit everything. But normally I'm terrible at those mechanics. So.
oh,
That's okay.
It just popped into my head.
What?
The Steam Thanksgiving sales coming next week.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's their Black Friday sale, but yes.
Well, it's like called.
I'm like,
it's like
I
their
need
autumn.
that.
Cyber Monday.
Yeah, their Steam autumn sale will start next week.
Yeah. If you don't have God of War, I recommend it if you haven't played it. If you like a
What
story
game we buying to replace New World?
What?
What game?
What game we
Like,
buying to
I
replace New World?
just said I have 1,000 hours in. You think I'm giving up right now?
Yeah. Replace. What are you talking about? Although you bring up a good point, Marcus, about game sales, because one of my bullet points here, there are some game sales going on right now until November 4th or 4th. Wow, 21st. I don't know where 4th came from.
May the 4th
Until
be with you.
November, I guess so. Bandai Namco has a huge sale. They've got,
I saw that.
a plethora of games, all the Tales series games, Tekken games, the Ni no Kunai series, just all sorts of Bandai Namco games. And also
Anyone want to play Dragon Ball with me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Kakarot's 75% off.
Or
Right?
Xenoverse?
A ton of Dragon Ball games.
Oh, Fighter Z is 85% off. Dragon Ball Fighter Z is $9 right now.
That's awesome. Isn't there like a Dragon Ball Z MMO?
Kind of. That's the Xenoverse game.
Yeah.
Oh, and Elden Ring isn't on sale.
Xenoverse 2 is $7.50.
But it has a
Some
million
games-
expansions, so you'll still pay almost $100.
Yeah, Elden Ring
Really?
is not on sale.
Yeah,
Wow.
look at all the expansions it's got.
What? Xenoverse?
Yeah,
No,
there's
no.
like 20 of them.
Elden Ring
Yeah.
or Xenoverse?
Oh, Xenoverse.
Xenoverse.
Click on it. Click on it.
Okay.
Scroll down. Oh yeah, look at them all.
They're not that expensive.
See all.
Oh,
But
wow.
they add up.
Yeah, they do.
$147 if you buy them all, and
Right.
that's on sale.
They're 50%
That's on
off.
sale.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, they're like $16.
Well, yeah, but you're getting like you don't have
That's
to get
insane.
the anime music pack.
Are you kidding?
What do you mean you
dude?
don't have to get
That's
it?
the only one I'm gonna get.
Like, dude, no, you don't even need that. Like, I don't need to listen. To
I'm
that.
all
We
about
need
the
it,
K-pop.
Marcus. We need it.
This is, dude. I'm all about the like anime music.
Yeah.
There was a joke in there, and I just couldn't find it.
Yeah, see, there's like you don't need them all. You don't need Super Pack 3. You just need the extra DLC pack.
Gogeta's at Super Pack. I'm just joking. I don't know who's in what.
Yeah.
Oh,
bitch.
Goku Black's in a Super Pack 3. That I gotta get that one. In Zamazu,
Ugh.
merge Zamazu, final form Zamazu.
Zamazu. It just sounds stupid.
What's
Dude,
that?
These
Dude.
are great.
Dragon Ball Z is
Oh
the
my
worst show ever created.
Don't-
okay?
You
Just
Oh.
leave.
get out.
Shots fired.
Officer down. We need a medic.
Hey Nick, did you see the next arc got announced today?
No, it did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
It's some kind of prequel to Superhero with Goten and Trunks.
Oh shit!
I love Goten. It's a great hibachi place not too far
Oh
from us.
my god!
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I'd be more in for that than watching the show. Sorry.
It'd probably take less time. to
Oh,
go get 'em
superhero
all.
manga returns with new arc in December.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, Dragon Ball Super. What's manga?
are you kidding me?
What's manga?
It's
Manga?
like
It's
Comics.
the comics.
Oh, all right. Moving on.
You're
Like
a
it's
comic book guy.
anime. Where do you think it's animated from?
I have no idea.
yeah,
Books.
there you go.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
it's
read
from
like
comics.
superhero comics and like Star Wars comics.
This is literally superhero.
Why would I ever read
No
that? I
way.
can't read it. The only thing I can read on that sheet says Dragon Ball.
Oh, you know what, Ven? To answer your question, I did actually see the poster, but I can't read any of the Japanese, so I didn't know what it was saying. What was happening?
And like, why does look at the guy in the black
Where?
hair on the top? That guy.
That's Goten.
Yeah, he looks like he's ready to like take it in the butt.
His pose is pretty. He's like
Well
facing
then.
away from the camera, looking over his shoulder.
Oh my god.
Oh, all right.
I get it. All right, moving on.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's
Disrespectful.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
That
that's
is disrespectful.
it's
That is a Super
unfortunate my-
Saiyan, sir.
It's unfortunate my section's over, but Marcus, what have you been
Marcus,
up to?
Damn it!
How are things going for you, Marcus?
It is going fine.
Okay,
And what I
It's
mean by
fine.
that is like
we're all fine. Here.
anytime we're 2 weeks before a holiday, my life sucks at work.
Okay, yeah, 'cause
It
it's
is
the grind.
go time. Like everybody is trying to crunch everything in and everybody's trying to make an extra dollar. Every customer is asking for extra stuff. Oh, I know you built me this wonderful vanity, but do you think you could put crown molding in my dining room and have it painted in 3 days before Thanksgiving? No. But anyway, so it's just a really crazy time because you're really trying to pack everything in because you like as a small business owner, you always want to like I don't get paid days off yet, and it's really good because I want to enjoy Thanksgiving, and then I want to enjoy the greatest holiday ever known to men, women, and children, which is Black Friday. And I don't want to have to think about work, so I work my ass off to ensure that I get my favorite holiday off and Thanksgiving. So that's that stuff. On Tuesday, I got roped in by the community. I don't know how they got me to say it, but they somehow, some way got me to say, sure, I'll play Hunter on Tuesday the entire time.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. For our listeners, he is blaming the community that he himself said, yeah, I'll play a Hunter on Tuesday, sure.
Right.
But you guys provoked it because there was
So
So
something
you're
that,
saying you got bullied?
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
In the chat?
Through chat, we bullied him into agreeing to play Hunter on
Yes.
Tuesday.
And let me tell you, it is the worst ever. Okay. Like,
Okay, time out. Why are you saying this like it makes a difference as to whether or not you'll be good at Destiny?
I'm never going to
Oh.
be good at Destiny. I'm never going to
Aw.
be good. I'm not that guy. I don't care that much.
Also, I'm also terrible at Destiny.
But
You only fail if you think you're gonna fail.
Let the record state.
well, no, I don't fail once I'm there because I surround myself with successful people.
Okay.
So you get carried.
Yeah.
Well, all right, cat's out. Anyway, so I did that, and then I think on Saturday or Sunday, I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
Tom reached out and was like, hey, let's raid. I talked to Ven earlier in the day. I was like, yo, let's play Destiny. He's like, let's do it. So Ven came with me and Tom, and we did Garden of Salvation because some people needed, I don't know what.
Salvation.
Yeah, they needed something, right? And then we so I did that, and then as soon as that happens, Ven got called in because they were like at war, and all of a sudden we finished the raid. He's like, hey guys, sorry to bail, but I gotta go. We're at war, and I'm at war and gotta go. Click, bye. And it was like, the fuck is he talking about? And then all of a sudden in the bottom right hand corner of my screen it said Venarros signing into New World. I was like, oh, that kind of war.
Got it.
Yeah, got it. Correct.
Not
and I'm like, wow, he must really like that game if he's stopping playing Destiny with 3,000 plus hours in it to play New World because he's in war.
Well, it was a big deal. That was on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just
We were
got
having a
completely
serious
distracted.
problem on Saturday.
Right.
Sounds
So-
like it got taken care of too.
So then,
In the end.
yeah. So then the guy who hates Destiny continues to show up to raid in Destiny. Whoa, what is that?
I just forgot that I have a whole beer fridge of craft beer next to me.
7/15/22. Is that so good?
I had it recently. It was good.
All right. Anyway, moving on. So Atrax joined us for the King's Fall raid, which it's hilarious that he joins, which I love when he does, because he does like to raid in the game. He'll tell you that he hates the game, and he's going to give you the excuse that he wants to just jam and play games with me. But it's bullshit because every time he plays Destiny with us, he has fun, and he's always signing himself up to do it. So he likes it. He just doesn't like the gearing system, and he doesn't like that the game forces you to use a sword,
A sword.
or a linear fusion rifle. Which until I learned how to use them, linears do suck.
I sometimes disliked how you were really, really corralled to using certain things for certain fights. You know, it's like, you know, you were really, I mean, like, come on.
Wait a minute. Wait. If a jug tank can't mitigate the damage to Nightmare Kephis now in 7.0, then they're going to tell you to bring another class, right?
But
Or if you're
every single person has to be the same
Build.
thing. Whereas
Yeah.
at least in SWTOR or in New World, you can select there might be a meta for what you chose, but there's not one meta for everybody.
Yeah, but there's one rotation. So if you're a Marauder, there's one rotation that will put out the best output. Or if you're a Juggernaut
But I don't
Vengeance.
have to be a Marauder.
No,
I could
but-
be
but-
something
but-
else.
Yeah, but each class has its set rotation to output the best DPS.
Of course they do.
I'll put it this way, in like SWTOR or WoW, I don't have to switch from my favorite staff to a sword just because that dungeon requires the stats that sword has. Like, it's a matter of just outputting the number of DPS, which I don't know. To me, it just boggles my mind that my 1350 garbage fusion whatever is gonna destroy this wizard faster than my like 1570 risk runner. I don't know that. I don't like that part of it. I agree where
I'm
it's
the
like
biggest risk runner hater. All right, don't get me started.
it corrals you into this very narrow, like
I agree
Pat
with
said,
you.
like
It
it's
does.
just you have to have these weapons in order to go in. It's not like, oh, you made it to the light level, therefore your DPS will output enough.
Every
or like,
season, you are corralled to do whatever the chosen flavor of the season is.
right.
And
But
there's
it
no
may-
exceptions,
But
basically.
now I'm not good at the game, but I do enjoy because the meta at one point was a linear fusion rifle. I learned how to use it. In the beginning, I didn't know how to use it, and I was terrible with it. Now I know how to shoot the thing. It does a shit ton of damage, and like that's the point. Like in a dungeon, so where I do agree with Atrax, when you're doing like that duality dungeon, and everybody's like, use the sword, use the sword. Like you don't have to use the sword. You could use a machine gun. It's going to take longer to do it to beat the boss, and then you're going to need heavy ammo, so it might make it more challenging for you to beat the boss, but it is possible to do it. The problem is once there's a meta in the game, across all games, people are like, stick to that because that's what's going to beat the boss the fastest, because we got to win and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I think that is true about every game. I do think that.
But at the same time now, it is really fun, and I'm trying to find a way to get Atrax to like play it more, because I feel like if he played it more with us, like even if it's just once a week and like he does pinnacles, he will go up in gear score and he'll enjoy it. In my opinion, he'll start to like, you'll be like, it's like when you're, I'm trying to think like what's something
Atrax has the face that I on right now that I make when Marcus is like, why don't you just eat a cookie with chocolate in it?
Because you're not allergic to chocolate.
Dude,
the thing
that drives me crazy is I will ask him all the like, hey man, can we play this game? Can we try this one? Can we try this? No. Dude, why don't you play Destiny, man? Like, why do you hate it so much? It's like, come on, dude. Hook it up with another game.
Well, so I'm glad you're saying that, because that's a great segue into my next piece. But the thing is I literally play video games Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Down if you scroll up.
Yeah. Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Like if I get to play on an extra night, like I did this past Monday, which I'll get into in a second.
Yep.
Like it's a bonus for me. So on the 3 days I'm streaming, like I'm going to play the game that I play, because that's really the only time that I have to game. I don't, in like 2 months of a game being on Steam, I didn't put in 1,900 hours.
2 months, I mean 2 years.
I was being funny towards Kat.
I know.
Anyways, but the point for me is, so I am going to say I am a little burnt on Destiny. And the reason why is because every time a new story game comes out, like I have like that, what's the thing? Begins with an F.
FOMO?
Yes.
I knew it. I was ready.
So like I have FOMO because like I really want to play it. Like I've been dying to play the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, even though I've kind of boycotted it because they've taken out the butts. And
yeah, that's lame.
They did?
Yeah, wicked. Yeah, they took out all the nice butts.
They just flatten them out.
Yes.
Wow.
Mass Effect is the reason we talk about butts and cats chat all the time.
Yeah, but Mass Effect
That
is
is
my
true.
one. Mass Effect 2 is, I've talked about it a million times. Mass Effect 2 is still one of my favorite games of all time. But the thing I'm trying to say is, but like I don't play it because because I stream and I'm so committed to the game that I'm playing. I did it with SWTOR, now I'm doing it with Destiny. And like, I really want to play a story game, right? So I'm torn between 3 to play, because I am going to play one. A, God of War 2018 on the PC. B is the Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
That's also a good option.
But
My silent
and
cheering.
then C for me is I know the community would love to see me fucking get miserable and literally you're going to see me take a controller and snap it in half. It will happen, but it's Elden Ring.
Oh yeah.
I want to see it so bad.
No, I legit
I
will
think
snap a computer. I know
Just
me.
get a cheap controller that you don't care about.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Xbox
The rock
controllers
candy
are still
controller.
$50.
Who's
'Cause-
that guy Deller? He's got like 24 keyboards in his closet because he breaks them all the time.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, I've seen his
Yeah.
I've seen his highlights, and he gets wild on his keyboards pretty regularly.
I feel like that's a part of the brand at that point. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
for
like
sure.
it's like me complaining about not playing my Titan.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like I was saying to Atrax, I don't know if it was yesterday or today. I was talking to him and I was like, I was talking about doing something and I was like, I've never done a build before in Destiny and now I'm playing this Warlock and I'm actually think it's the coolest fucking thing in the world that I snap my fingers and a bunch of bombs come out. And then as soon as I do that, for 10 seconds, I can throw in an infinite amount of grenades
Yeah.
and the whole area of enemies are just dead. And then if I want to get my snap back instantly, I just jump and float in the air and shoot a couple enemies like 10 times. And then my snaps back and the whole rotation starts all over again. And I'm like, this is fucking cool. But here's the thing. December 6th, my Titan comes back and Ven is going to help me build an indestructible class. And I'm going to be back, baby. I can't wait.
I'm about to break your heart, I think.
Why?
Oh no.
Going on vacation basically right as the season comes out.
All right. So, all right, we can work on that prior to. Oh, yeah, thank you, Charlie Brown. But my question is this: where are you going on vacation?
I'm going on a cruise to the Bahamas.
Whoa.
I fucking hate you right now.
That's
That's
awesome.
great.
Oh my
I
god.
think I hate him too.
Yeah,
I
like
love blue,
oh,
I haven't
Blue
been on
water?
vacation since before COVID. Be quiet.
blue water. I need blue water.
well, I'm just jealous. It's hate out of jealousy. I want to go swim with Nemo. Like, fuck the dumb shit. Like, I want to drink all of the drinks that have an umbrella in it. Okay,
Yes.
I'm going for the food.
bro, I'm going for the umbrellas. Okay.
Yes. I'm all about the umbrellas. I'm not a rum person though. I feel like if you're going to the Bahamas, you got to drink all the rum drinks.
I drink Mai Tais, but I make sure they put the umbrella in it. I only drink Mai Tais. I love
Bay
them.
Breeze.
What's in a Mai Tai?
I don't know, but it's delicious.
Wait, what's
There
in a
you
Bay
go.
Breeze?
I don't know, but it's
Exactly.
awesome.
It's delicious. See? It doesn't matter
That's
when
the
you're on
best kind of
vacation.
drink.
You're
No,
not
it doesn't.
asking the question.
Well, I
It's
mean,
like pink and orange, and it's like in layers, and there's like a lot of liquor in it. It's
Yeah.
very good.
But isn't that the point? Well, then good for you.
I know. I'm
We'll get
jealous.
it. Yeah, we'll get a
Pictures
build
from the
going.
road. We got to get them.
Yeah.
yes.
So the last thing is into Elden Ring is I feel like Elden Ring might be a good game to play just because but I might wait to play it until it goes on sale because I don't really want to spend $60 on it. And we're going into Steam sale season. I can't imagine it's not going to be on sale, even if it's 10%. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
for
can't
I would
ima-
imagine some amount. Yeah.
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 And they're getting close to their next DLC. But the thing about Elden Ring is I feel like that's a story game that has no story, but that's a game I can pick up and play 1 or 2 streams and never touch it again and be okay. Where if I play Mass Effect, I feel like I'm going to get engrossed in it.
Probably.
Like if I play Mass Effect for 2 streams, I'm not playing any other game until I beat it. Cuz like I'm just going to be like Commander Shepard is the man.
Well, I think you should do that
I'm going to bang Tali again.
through the mask.
You know what I mean?
Like
How,
one, two. These are the things.
Always the wrong choice.
All right. So Nick was away. He'll get into that.
Yes,
And
I did a couple things.
you did a lot of things.
Just a
But
couple.
but the thing is Nick wasn't streaming again on Monday.
Right.
Because he was away. And I was like, you know what? My
Yeah, I was-
kids went to bed at 7 o'clock.
I was still flying
Like-
10,000 feet in the air.
Like 7 p.m. My kids were in bed, gone. And I walked into the kitchen and I like kind of like leaned on my island and was playing on my phone. And I was like, there is 0.0 chance that I'm going to be able to sit on a couch and watch TV and it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to stream. I'm going to go downstairs. So I went downstairs and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to SWOTOR tonight. I'm going to do it.
Oh,
It's a bonus stream. It sounds fun to me. And like, maybe some of the community is going to be happy to see me back playing SWOTOR. So I did it, and immediately the chat was like, I don't believe that I'm seeing this. This can't be real. And so
you should have done that on April Fools.
well, that's funny too.
Oh,
So
Now you
I
know what to
loaded it.
do.
I loaded into SWOTOR. I was genuinely so excited to play. Like legit, I was excited. I hadn't played it in months. The last time I played it, well, the last time I streamed it, I rage quit. The second to last time I played it, I was just like, I can't do another class story right now. Like, I've done it. Like, I'm the type of guy that, like, you can only replay content so much before it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, the stories are incredible. It's just for me, like, once I do a class story 2 times, it's like, there's no variation to me. It's the same thing. So I was like, I didn't finish the 7.0 content because I finished Manon, and I was like, all right, I haven't done the Flashpoint with Malgus. And I was like, I'm going to do that on stream. I'm going to give some cool shit away. I'm going to have a blast doing it. So that's what I did. And I think I streamed for 2 hours, and I had a blast. It was great to see some friends that play SWOTOR that I haven't seen in a while. People were surprised to see me playing it. I gave so much shit away. It was awesome. I had so much fun. About an hour and 30 minutes into stream, I got to the end of the Flashpoint because I was lollygagging for sure. And there's this door you have to click on. And I clicked on the door. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, that doesn't look good. That looks like trouble. And I said to myself, I'm like, that looks familiar, but I didn't think of anything of it. And I did it again. And I was like, wait a minute. I think I already did this. Oh, this must be a different section of stuff to climb. So I get back to the same door. I was like, all right, this is weird. What the hell is going on? Everybody's like, I don't know. I clicked the door and it started it over again. I was like, did anybody else see that? Because I saw it. And everybody's like, uh-oh, you got the bug. I was like, what do you mean the bug? They're like, oh, yeah, this Flashpoint's bugged. I'm like, how in the fuck can this game be bugged? Like, this came out in February. So I was like, you guys are crazy. I'll just go to my stronghold and load back in. It'll be fine. So for the next 40 minutes, I fucked around with this. Like doing everything possible.
boy.
Switch characters. I did this. I did that. Back and forth. To no avail. I couldn't finish the Flashpoint. And I was so sad. And it's not even that I was sad that I couldn't finish it. I felt bad for any of the players out there who are new to it. They just finished all their class stories. They've gone through their expansions. They're like, I'm in 7.0. And then they get there and they can't fucking complete the quest. That shit sucks. And I'm not a game dev. I don't pretend to be. But how can you release the only content that you've released all year and the one of the story contents is fucking bugged?
Right.
Like, what? Like, I don't know what you do. I don't care. It's not my place. But like, to me, if I built you a kitchen and I installed all of your cabinets, but I didn't give you a sink cabinet, and I said, ooh, sorry, I haven't finished spraying your sink cabinet. I'll get it to you at the end of the year. You'd be like, what? My kitchen isn't complete. Well, no shit, it's not.
Right.
You're missing a piece. And the thing that I don't understand, and again, I'm not a game dev. I just talk about it and talk about my frustrations. But you ready for this shit? Why in the fuck is that not the top priority to fix?
Right.
Like, shut the systems down, get every dev that is working on this game and say, figure this shit out so we can have a functional Flashpoint.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and I'm not even, I was raging in my stream. But like, I'm not even raging now. I just don't understand it. And again, I'm not a dev. I don't pretend to be. But like, for me, I'm just like, I don't know what else you're doing. Then they announced the 7.2 PvP shit. Why the fuck aren't the devs that are working on the PvP stuff fixing the Flashpoint?
Right.
Like before 7.2, fix the one thing that needs to do. It's called a hot fix. We see Destiny do it all the time. Asticross goes, hot fix. And he talks about the game update because they're fixing the game right away.
Right.
Now, I don't know why this happens. I understand shit happens, but the content that you released in February is still broken. That is the most, like, that might be the most alarming thing. Like, I don't know, red alert, like the flashing red lights. That's what it says to me. Like something is going on in that office, and I don't know, that says clearly fixing our content is not important. Or if we can't figure it out because we don't have an engineer to fix it, then what is happening? It makes me really worried for a game that they can't fix a bug. Right. A bug.
I will say there are bugs in that game that have been there for a decade.
Well, yes.
Some places there are some. I mean,
how about the Ravager's pet bug?
Yeah, I mean, there's some things that have been in there. They've been in there for persistence forever. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying it shouldn't be a surprise because they clearly have left some things for literally a decade.
Well, but again, here's the thing. When those bugs a decade ago, there was a lot of game to fix. Okay? In 2022, there was a planet that was instanced and a flashpoint. That is it.
I agree with you. I question the priorities of it. They have a small team. I sometimes question how the team gets tasked. Yeah. At this point, I just happens when it happens.
I have to call it the way I saw it, and that's the way I see it right now. Like I don't have the answers, and like 7.2 is coming with the PvP changes. I personally think the PvP changes are great, except for the free to play part, because I understand free to play is good for player queues because more people are going to queue for PvP if it's free to play. But why do I have to pay a sub to do operations? That's really the only reason why you have to pay a sub now. Yeah, if you want credits, but really, truly, if you really want something and you're not paying for a sub, just buy it on the cartel market for 400 coins or whatever.
Credits are already meaningless. I mean, have you seen the inflation lately?
No. Yeah.
Items are literally like worth so much money now, you can't even sell them on the GTN because of the billion credit cap.
I think it's because it's 9 billion is the credit cap.
No, like on the GTN, I'm pretty sure you can't list anything above 1 billion credits. And that's why people don't sell stuff on the GTN anymore.
Yeah, everything. Wow. It's true. Most of the trades are outside of the GTN. The sales team, although I guess Ross was talked about that even existing, but the sales team is selling their runs for hyper crates, not credits.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's pretty intense. The economy is 100% broken.
Well, it's a 10-year-old game. Honestly, I'll be honest. The best way for economy is to allow credits to pay for your sub. If they allowed people to use credits to pay their sub, the economy would go.
I don't understand the economics.
Because, well, if it was if it was 3 billion credits for a month free of SWTOR, people would pay that, and their billions would go down. Yes, they would build them back up, but the economy would become more balanced. Like WoW does that with gold.
It might help.
Yeah. But again, the only way to really fix it is to nuke it. And
I was about to propose. Just go nuclear. Set everyone to 1 billion credits if you're over it, and go.
Yeah. Interesting.
Anyway,
Marcus, I mean, you're only saying that because you don't have 1 billion credits. Some of us do.
Yes, I do.
All right. So I didn't realize that if somebody mails you something and you don't receive it, take it within a month, it's gone.
It gets stolen off.
So
your
I made a billion credit bet with a friend over a Red Sox Yankees series. And of course I won because the Red Sox, Boston is the greatest city in our country. Thank you very much.
Oh, boy.
Anyways, I never received the letter, so he's got to resend it because it got sent back to him. Rip Marcus. But anyway, let's hope that they can get the bug fixed so I can come back. All right, Nick. I know I've rambled for a little while. This is going to take some while. So, Nick.
Yep.
How was Florida? How was the hurricane? And how dope was the house?
Okay. So, in case you didn't know, let me fill you on the backstory. I went to Florida for the NXL World Cup tournament, which is the big paintball tournament for the year. It's the World Cup of paintball tournaments.
It's the World Cup.
So it was at least 3 or 4 times bigger than any of the other national tournaments I've done before. And there's teams from all over the place. There's a lot of U.S. teams. There's more U.S. teams than normal, plus teams from South America, teams from France, from the UK, from Russia, from Australia. They're all over the place. And I was supposed to go there Wednesday morning and then leave Monday evening, the 9th through the 14th. But as you know, as everyone knows, there was a hurricane in Florida Wednesday night into Thursday. So my flight that was supposed to land in Orlando at because that's what the tournament was, is in Kissimmee, which is right next door to Orlando. My flight was supposed to land at noon. Well, 8:30 the night prior, our flight gets canceled, and most of my team is on that flight, and the team that, the upper division team that I'm in the same organization for. So we have to scramble. We're trying to figure out flights. You can't get anything into Orlando. There's no other flights that night because, since COVID happened, there's just the number of flights that occur are way, 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 way less. It used to be you could get a flight from Hartford to Orlando almost every couple of hours, but not anymore. So there was one flight at 8:45, and obviously I live 40 minutes from Hartford, so there's no way I was making that an 8:45 flight when my flight got canceled at 8:30. So other than that, I couldn't get out Tuesday night. I was trying to look for earlier Wednesday morning. There was nothing. So we ended up figuring out that we could fly into a different city a little bit further north in Florida that wasn't canceling flights. So we flew but all of those flights unfortunately had layovers. So we flew into Jacksonville. So the layover was Hartford to Atlanta, and I'm like, okay, worst case scenario, we get to Atlanta, and now I got to drive from Atlanta to Orlando, which is 6 hours, which would have been terrible, but at least I'm in the South now. I'm not in Massachusetts, which is a 20-something hour drive. So that's what I was looking at. I was like, either if we can't find a flight that's feasible within the next couple hours, we're going to have to get in the car and start driving, because I don't want to be driving during a hurricane. And that would have been terrible. So it's almost 10 o'clock at night at this point. We figure it out. The flight is Hartford to Atlanta to Jacksonville, and I make it there, but I have to rent a different car from Jacksonville to Orlando, which was about a 3-hour drive. And that sucked after getting off a plane. Drove 3 hours to Orlando. It's raining. It's starting to get hurricane-y. It's tropical storm weather. And then I get to Orlando and get my actual rental car, which is a Tesla. Now, on paper...
How cool is a Tesla?
It actually kind of sucks.
Ooh, this is spicy.
Yeah. No, I would never buy a Tesla after driving one all weekend. So we get to Orlando. I swapped from the giant SUV. So basically, I rented a big SUV from Jacksonville to Orlando because I didn't know how many of my teammates were going to have to come with me on that trip. Because when we were going to go land in Orlando, we all had separate rental cars, but nice arrangements. I was like, I'll just get one. We'll all cram into it and it'll be fine. So I did that, and then we get to Orlando and go separate a little bit. But I get the Tesla, and Tesla can, first of all, to get into a Tesla, it's not a let me start with the positives, because the car is cool. So the driving part, the drivetrain is crazy. It's super fast.
Yeah, you hit it and it's you're gone.
It's you ever the drop on a roller coaster is what every time you accelerate feels like.
It's a spaceship. It's not a vehicle, it's a spaceship.
And I had the base model
Model
3, not a high capacity. So it was not even the fancy version of a Tesla. I rented it because it was I was trying to like, be a little bougie for the last paintball event of the year, but also it was pretty cheap. It was like the same. The SUV I wanted to rent was like $100 more. So I think I had a deal through my credit card with Hertz, and there's some exclusive thing, something, and it was not expensive. It was like less than $100 a day. And anyways, but with a Tesla, you have a card. I don't know if, do any of you guys have a Tesla? I'm assuming no.
My brother-in-law does.
Yeah. So there's no like key fob to like open your car. You have to take a card out of your wallet and press it against the door, and that's what unlocks it. And then you put it, and then that's fine. So now you're in the car, and you just shift it into drive, and it's on. But it's annoying because to lock and unlock the car, you have to take the card out of your pocket. And like you'd think for a high-end car, most of them you have a fob, you can just click the button on the door and it locks or unlocks. You never have to take anything out of your pocket. So there's that. But the biggest annoying thing for me was the windshield wiper controls are in the touchscreen, and not.
That is weird.
There's nothing to like. There's no knobs, no nothing to hit.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do. So you have your blinker stick, and there's a button on the end of the stick that lets you. If you click it once, you get one wipe with the wiper blades. If you hold it, you get the spray. To spray the windshield.
Oh,
but the actual to change the speed of the wiper blades, you have to go into the settings, and then click wiper blade, and then there's the wiper blades comes up with a couple other things. But you have to like try and hit the button on the touchscreen while you're driving. Or I had my passenger do it in this case.
That
but like
seems intuitive while it's raining.
Doesn't sound very safe. To be
no,
honest.
it's super not safe.
I thought we weren't supposed to be on our phones when we were driving, and now I'm looking at something off to the side and like
while you're trying to clear your windscreen
in
of
the
rain.
Yeah, right in a hurricane, mind you. So I'm like,
That's
what
funny.
the fuck? And then I couldn't figure. This is then from the rental company. They had some shit that they cleaned the windshield with that was like smearing all over it, so I couldn't see good anyways.
Oh no!
And I was trying to clear the fog on the windshield, and of course the like climate controls are not intuitive at all. They're in a different menu on the touchscreen. So I'm trying to figure that out while on the highway, and it was a disaster.
So what I will say is, my brother-in-law has one, and he is right that like. It is intuitive, but if you don't like renting a Tesla is cool if like you're going on vacation and you have time to fuck around with it.
Yeah, but
it
would have been fine if my normal plans had worked out because I would have had time and would have been relaxed. But I was like trying to just get the fuck to the house so I could chill. So yeah, I did not. I read some stuff online. It's like, oh, here's how to get in the car. Here's how to start the car. Here's the blinkers. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I didn't think about, oh, hey, I'm going to be in a hurricane. And I need to know all the little details, so I didn't read that part. But yeah, I think what you're supposed to be able to do is you have voice controls of like, hey, wipers to 2, wipers to 4, whatever. But I didn't know any of that, so I kept just saying like wipers high, and they were like not understanding what the hell I was saying. Yeah. So it's just like you have to know the exact commands to what to say.
Well, like anything else.
In the auto mode, there's an auto mode for the wipers that didn't work well at all. So it was a mess. And I think that whole system is dumb. Like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. You can have a dongle on the steering wheel to change the wiper settings. It's not hard to put a button on the steering wheel,
But then that's not Tesla.
Right.
I was going to say, but progress.
Yeah, it's not new and hip, Nick. Come on.
Yeah. Some things aren't broke. I mean, and then, like, there were some features
Wait, I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it?
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Exactly. So, like, no, thank you. This is why I need a fan in here. But, Mark just deployed chemical warfare. So
I can smell it through the microphone.
That's terrible. Anyways, as I was saying, back to bashing Teslas. What else was I gonna say?
No idea.
Oh, the charging kind of sucks too. So I did not get the like bigger edition, like bigger battery version, because it was like an extra $100, and I was like, man, what am I gonna charge it once? And I did only have to charge it once, barely, but like I went from 35% battery to 100%, and it still took a full hour at the supercharging station.
Yeah, so
like
it's
not convenient.
No,
at all.
it's not. So like if you have, my brother-in-law has solar panels on his roof.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, but I also didn't want to plug in the Tesla at the rental house because I didn't want to like rack up their electric bill.
No, I get it. No, but what I'm saying to you is I understand your point there, but like for him, it makes sense because his solar panels pay for his car. to charge,
Right.
and he doesn't drive a lot. But a Tesla is not a good idea. Like driving my mom to Missouri. You imagine me stopping every 3 hours or 4 hours to charge for an hour?
Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Taking
think
us like 3
that's
days.
not even what an electric car is really for. They're
Right.
not for
Long
long
trips.
haul
But
driving.
okay, but it proves my
right? They're
point. Then
for
why?
around town driving?
Right.
They have a
Yeah, but-
purpose.
Yeah.
That's not the purpose.
But we still need fossil fuels. Then let's move on.
I think a great
Well,
model.
yeah.
I think if that Tesla had a tiny engine in it, like a combustion one, and it was like your battery's your main thing, but like if you've in an emergency you need to like throw some gas.
Hey,
in
bro,
there,
you know what that's
a
called?
hybrid. I know.
No,
A Prius.
Right. a
Let's see
Prius.
Nick's rolling dirty in a Prius, trying to catch Nick rolling dirty.
I could see Nick
Driving
driving
dirty?
a Prius.
Yeah, me too.
No.
They
I'd
get
like an SUV.
45 miles to the gallon.
I know. That's nice, but I don't want that.
Wait,
I need more space.
Your Subaru might get that.
My Subaru gets a 20 and change, I think. It runs on 3 hamsters and 4 cylinders. But anyways, the blind spot camera. So like you have this big touchscreen to your right, in the Tesla, and you turn your blinker on, and it gives you a blind spot camera on whatever side you turn the blinker on, which is cool on the passenger side because you look to your right, you see the blind spot, great. You look in the rear mirror on the all the way over, great, hunky dory. But on the driver's side, you look left in the mirror, and then you got to look back across to your right
Yeah.
to the blind spot mirror camera, and then you look all the way back, and like now you haven't looked at the road for 20 seconds, and you're trying to just merge. So like if they had another camera or a little projection on the windshield, like on the left somewhere, that would make more sense. But there's some things to iron out, I feel like, with the Tesla. But anywho, so I get to Orlando. I rented a, selfishly speaking, just not to pump myself up, but pat myself on the back a little bit. I rented a really dope house for the team. It was 9 bedrooms, 5 bath. Had a whole theater room and a game room with like all Star Wars stuff.
It's amazing.
It was like the theater room was like 10 chairs that have like the whole recliner, lumbar support head thing, like a big projection, professional sound. So like, and it was cheap too. It ended up being like less than $100. It was like, I don't know, $60 a night per person is what it shook out to be. But so that worked out great especially because with the hurricane, we were supposed to play paintball starting on Thursday. It would have been Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the prelims, and then Sunday's playoffs. But we lost all day Thursday because of the hurricane. So instead, we just parked in the theater room, got a bunch of groceries and some beer, and various alcoholic beverages, and just drank and watched movies, like 3 movies all day. It was great. Top Gun Maverick in a theater like that is epic.
That sounds
that's
fun.
awesome.
You know what I love about day drinking is after you day drink for a while, that nap you take.
Oh yeah,
is
we watched.
amazing.
Just
Yeah.
say you fall asleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly how it went down. We watched Top Gun Maverick, ate lunch because we started at like 10:30 in the morning because we were just gonna watch a movie, and then I think it was Ricky, one of my teammates, was like, "Why are we not drinking beer right now?" And all of us were like, I had just had like me and my dad both had like a fresh cup of coffee in our hands because it's 10:30 in the morning. We're sit down, watch a movie, all comfy, got popcorn, coffee, blankets, ready to rock. And then like, why aren't we drinking beer? And then my dad and I just looked at each other, looked at our coffees, looked at each other again, shrugged, put the coffee down, went grab beers. My dad came with me too, side note. So that was great to have him there too. He helped us out in the pit. And it was cool to have like that cool experience with my dad. So
That's nice.
speaking of cool experience, on to the actual tournament. That started Friday. The venue was enormous. There's probably like 50 different paintball company vendors of varying sizes, little like one table booths of like mom and pop shop type places to like the giant big companies selling markers and things like that. We ended up going 2-2 at the event, so we missed the playoffs. There were 4 prelim matches, we won 2, lost 2, but did not make the playoffs for Sunday, but that's quite all right. We had a great time with everybody. Yeah, it was really nice to have a house to go back to, and just like rather than like having to go out to eat when you're staying in hotels, trying to get like a table after playing with like 9 people is tough. But it's way
Especially there, restaurants must be packed.
right with all the teams there because there's like
Yes.
over 500. There's like 500 something teams there. You got to figure each of them have about 10 people plus staff or whatever, and just people coming to watch. It was a giant venue. So after the tournament, we left the house Monday morning, and Monday during the day, my dad and I went to Galaxy's Edge.
Let's go.
So, and I'd never been before. So we get to the park. Our flight to leave Monday is at like 5:30 in Orlando. So that was probably one of the coolest experiences I've ever had, especially with Star Wars stuff, going to Galaxy's Edge. Because like it's really mind blowing as you walk in there, of like the attention to detail that they went through to set that up. For it's all Disney, so everything is spotless clean and perfect. And everywhere you walk, there's not like every screw is painted, every wire's covered, every like all the infrastructure is perfectly like you're in Star Wars. And I was like super impressed just walking around. Like I just kept noticing different details. There's a shuttle on top of the cantina in the middle. There's like, boxes that have Arabesh on them. The trash cans have Arabesh on them. And like you get the first order stormtroopers walking by being grumpy and telling you to get the hell out of the way.
It's the best. It's absolutely the best.
Yeah. You're in Star Wars. It's crazy. And when we got there, the first thing we did was on the way over, we tried to get Lightning Lane passes, like the fast pass for Rise of the Resistance. We could not. That was at like the earliest we get was like 6-something p.m. So we got lightning passes for Smuggler's Run, the like Millennium Falcon ride, for like noon to 1. So we go there and go straight to Rise of the Resistance. The wait was like 2 hours. We were like, it's fine. We'll just wait, and it is what it is. And we'll go to Smuggler's Run after, and it'll be fine. So first of all, the wait was only an hour, so that was great. But also, I was super impressed with two phases. One, the stuff that you see in line. It's not just like an empty room. Like I had gone to Disney and Universal years ago when I was little, and I remember in Universal, a lot of the lines were just like those corrals back and forth, and there's just nothing there.
Rooms, yeah.
It's just an empty room, right? But like in this, you're going through caves like in the Resistance base, and every room you go into, there's like cases of gear and like memorabilia type stuff, like flight suits and guns and masks and helmets for you to like look at, and they're all perfect to Star Wars, and there's not a screw isn't painted to look worn, and like everything is perfect. So as you're going through the line, I didn't even feel like I was in line because I was just staring at everything and like
I feel
taking
like Disney
pictures.
is really good at attention to detail.
Yeah,
like, they're just really good at that.
I
And
think
they
I'm
amped
stopping
it up,
by
too.
when I get back.
I was blown away. I think I noticed it more with this because I'm such a big Star Wars fan. So like there's that level of detail was in like Toy Story Land or like Buzz Lightyear stuff, but I wasn't paying such close attention because I don't care about that that stuff as much. But like I care about all the Star Wars things. So all the little details I like, I recognize that blaster from this video game or whatever it is. And then so I got about halfway through the line, like a half hour-ish in. And then like I realized this afterwards. Disney has started to make the line experience part of the ride experience. So like I'm going to spoil what happens in Rise of the Resistance a little bit, but if you don't mind. Basically, like, are you guys okay?
We're okay.
Okay. So like the shtick is it's a Resistance base that you're on, and you're going to be a Resistance recruit. And you're like, hey, at a certain point, you get all herded into a room, and a hologram of Rey comes up and it's like, hey, welcome recruits. Like, here's BB-8. We got to go to, go do some Resistance stuff. Let's all get on the shuttle. So you go out, as you go from in the room, a door opens, and now you're outside and you see this giant ship in front of you. It's like, oh, cool. So you're outside, like open air. You can like hear the rest of the park a little bit, and you walk into the big bay doors of the shuttle on the right side of the shuttle. You walk in, and then it's Poe's with you. He's going to be like a fighter escort and all this stuff. The door shuts. You take off. Hey, we're going along. Then, something's on the radar. Like, hey, something's coming out of hyperspace, and a First Order Star Destroyer comes out of hyperspace. And you see it. It screens as for the windows. You see it in the screens. They're fighting each other, and they're like, oh no, they're losing. The Resistance loses the fight, and your ship gets taken on a tractor beam into the Star Destroyer. So then the same door that you just walked in through, 5 minutes earlier, opens up, and it's not outside anymore. Now you open up to the inside of a Star Destroyer hangar. So like that, it feels like you actually moved. I think it just moves forward, is what Marcus told me. The interior of the shuttle moves, but still, the immersion is real because that door opens and an Imperial officer walks in. He's like, "You are now prisoners of the First Order. Get to your cells." And you like walk out of the into this real Star Destroyer bay. And I'm just like, and everything is like surgically clean and spotless. And there's like mannequins with the of the First Order stormtroopers, like I don't know, 50 of them or something. And you're just like in awe, like, oh my God, I'm in Star Wars. It's really immersive in a way that I've never experienced in a real life thing outside of like video games. It was wild. And then you walk in,
but you're forgetting when in that room,
yeah,
in the Star Destroyer, it's another holding area for the line.
Yeah, so this whole time that was going to be my grander point. You're still in line and you have no idea. And like you forgot that you're in line.
And I will say, like that
and
is
all
out of all
actors.
of the Star Wars stuff I've ever seen, that room is probably the coolest room I've ever been in because they have a real life-size TIE fighter hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, that's true too.
And the ceilings are literally 70 feet tall.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the whole wall is an LED screen, and you see the ships flying around and like TIE
like
fighters zooming by. So
door,
like it's
bay.
like the force field is up still.
Right.
And he's right about the immersion. When I went, my son was dressed up in a First Order stormtrooper outfit.
Oh yeah.
And there was a real stormtrooper in there.
Yeah.
And they pulled him out of line, and I was like walking with him because he's a little kid, and they stopped me, and he was gone. He was with them, and he was just chilling, and they were thanking him for being a part of the First Order. It was fantastic. But anyway,
Aww.
but you're right. Like, and then you go through there, and you go into the real line.
Yeah, and all the staff are now, they were acting as resistance fighters before. That makes sense, as like herding you into the ships. But then like all the staff are now like First Order officers herding you into cells. So like they're like yelling at you and like being like all snooty and snippy like you're scum. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, and they move along. They separate you into groups, and you each go into cells, and that's how it's going to end up being in the ride. But
do not spoil the actual ride.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
All right,
but like basically, you go into cells, and the resistance ends up breaking you out, obviously. And then you go on these little carts, and the ride. Then that's finally the ride itself. You go onto carts.
Literally, I'm gonna have to go to there by myself. Like I don't have anybody to go.
Wait a minute, your kids won't go with you? Like, come on.
My kids, like, I asked them. I said, "Do you guys want to go to Disney or do you guys want to go to Atlantis?" And they were like, "I want to go to Atlantis." So that's what happened.
Oh well, go to Disney next time. But yeah,
I'm gonna go by myself probably.
I think it's a good probably 20 minutes of like immersion that where you're still just
and then the ride itself is pretty good.
The ride itself is really cool.
The most surprising thing, and I'm not spoiling the ride because I don't ever want somebody to not be surprised, but the one word I can describe the ride is scale. Because everything is to scale, and when you ride that ride,
and you see things that happen, and like things that
you've seen in the movie,
it's wild how like large things are and how small you feel against like the scale of things. That's really cool ride. It was an amazing experience, really, truly, particularly as like a giant Star Wars fan. My dad was totally in awe too. There was a couple of parts where he just went like, speaking of scale stuff, looked in and was like, "Oh my God, no way!" It was cool to see like the little kid come out, and my dad too. He's 64, so okay. So we get out of that, then we go. I think we grabbed up some blue milk, and then which was pretty good. It's like blue Powerade slushy almost.
That's what I would say.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good actually. I enjoyed it. I got the regular version, not the rum version. I didn't feel like drinking really, and then we hopped into Smuggler's Run. And I will say, going from Rise of the Resistance to Smuggler's Run's ride was really underwhelming compared to the grandeur that was the other one. But like, it was the value in Smuggler's Run is like the immersion of being in the Millennium Falcon, because it feels like you do go in and you sit in the Falcon's cockpit, which is really cool.
I would love that.
Yeah,
that would like. I would love that.
Yeah, it's like the ride is like you go and you're in the Falcon's cockpit, and then each person has a job. There's 6 people. There's 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 engineers. So like one pilot has the left to right flying controls. One pilot has the up and down. It's like you're designed to crash.
Oh no.
And just like get all screwed up. The gunners have to like shoot stuff. I don't want to spoil what happens, but then the engineers have to like fix the ship as and press buttons to fix the ship as the pilots are inevitably destroying it.
Oh,
so
that's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's like about 5 minutes or so. That was pretty fun, but like the shtick with that is really that you're in the Falcon. It's, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The ride part
Worth
itself
it.
is like whatever, way worth it, 100% worth it. That was great. Then of course I stopped in the lightsaber. I stopped in the droid shop just to look around. And I went in the lightsaber shop and got a Kyber crystal for Marcus, which is right here actually. Please hold.
Oh.
What color is it? Red.
I got you a red one. Do you have a red one yet?
No.
So there we go. Let's see if you got the black one. I took the plastic off for you. In theory, you unscrewed the bottom, I think.
Oh, mine was pulled. No, it's red.
Oh,
it's red.
You want to know the trick on how you guarantee you get a black one?
How do you do? Yeah. Well,
so apparently, if you're like
used
in
it
the store,
a week ago,
you can shine a flashlight through it, and you can tell the difference between normal red ones and the black ones.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that many black ones though, so they're like hard to
put out
find.
like 15, 20 a day. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think on the display it probably holds about 50 at a chunk. It's like 15 a day is you put 1 or 2 per 50-ish.
Sweet.
I don't know what the actual ones, but I didn't want to stay there and look around too much and like mess with it. The store was packed, but that was cool. So yeah, that's the nuts and bolts of my Florida trip. Then Tuesday I like just vegetated. I didn't do anything because I was exhausted from travel and everything. After we went to the lightsaber shop, my dad and I went to the airport, had a couple beers and ate lunch, and then just got on our flight. Happy campers. Also, before I left for Florida, was it during the podcast? When did I order it?
No, it wasn't during the podcast.
It was before. It was before the podcast because we talked about it last week.
Yeah, it was before the podcast. Well, before I left, I ordered a PS5.
And that, you guys can all thank me in A-Tracks because Nick
That
has
was
always
all
said,
us.
"Oh, if you find one at MSRP, I'll buy it." And I was like, "Dude, I found the one at Modern Warfare 2. It's $550, but you're
Modern
essentially
Warfare
saving
2
$20 off Modern Warfare 2."
Yeah, I'm playing it on PC, but still.
Right, but my point is,
yeah,
it's there. Like, let's go. You can do this.
Right.
And me and A-Tracks totally
like
kept
blew
rushing
up
him.
my phone.
Yeah,
like,
and we were like, it's
MSRP,
a deal.
MSRP, MSRP.
And I was like, A-Tracks, isn't it a deal? And he would respond, dude, such a deal.
And it's in a group chat with me, so
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. And then all of a sudden we get the screenshot of your purchase is ordered. It'll be there. Your shipping details will follow or something
yeah,
like that.
it'll be there on Tuesday before you leave. I'm like, perfect. So I picked it up from the UPS hub because they required a signature, so I couldn't just like leave it at the house. So went and got it, threw it at my parents' house, and then went to my Florida Odyssey adventure. Oh, and with that, the point of me telling you about that on when did I stream? Was that Tuesday?
No idea.
I streamed for a couple hours as a bonus stream on Tuesday, because, and I had the day off, and I had a new PS5, so I hooked up my PS5 to the capture card that I've had, thanks to Marcus, for a while. Got that all sorted and figured out. It's a little bit old, so I had to find the legacy software for it, and yada yada yada. Slight technological rage figuring that out, and then that now it works great. And I played like God of War for a couple hours. God of War Ragnarok for a couple hours. So the new one. I'm leaning towards playing that on stream now instead of The Witcher 3. But I really got to finish The Witcher 3. I think here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to play God of War normally and enjoy the game like in my own time. And then when I finish The Witcher 3 on stream, I'll just like pick up God of War in the middle of wherever I end up. I think
it's your stream.
That way I can have my
do whatever
cake
you
and eat
want,
it too.
man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But finally, that's it for me.
Oh my God. So after Nick's 40-minute conversation of his life story, and we're awesome, Destiny 2 came out with their TWAB this week. And I'm just going to quote one thing. I'm not going to get into it. Go read it because there's a shit ton of PvP changes coming. And all I'm going to say is I think that Destiny 2's PvP is like SWTOR's
Oh no.
PvP issues. Like the best players of the best players are the loudest speaking. So like they conform to the best players.
Yeah.
Because whatever, but they do have a problem with Destiny and nah. Anyways, I'm just going to quote DMG. I'll be honest with you. We're trying to keep this TWAB under 6,000 words. Spoiler alert, we didn't.
Oh,
My
wow.
point is,
Damn.
like, this TWAB is beefy. It breaks down a lot of things. One thing I did want to mention is the Scallywag title for the season. They did lower some requirements, and they finally did fix some of the things that were awful about it.
Mhm.
Like some of the things to get were just out of control, and they fixed it. So, but other than that, PvP changes, get on it. Yeah, I would say that's pretty much that. And do you play Destiny 2? Do you play New World? Do you play maybe Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft, Diablo, Final Fantasy 14? Well, if you do, then AIE is the place for you. We play all the games every single night. There is a different game doing something super duper fun. I don't know. Let me tell you, there's a guild calendar. Go to aie-guild.org, get the guild calendar information. The Discord is in the top right-hand corner. Ask for a guild invite. Whether or not you play any of those games that we just mentioned, we would love to have you. Now, after about an hour and a half, I know Nick has to pee, so we will definitely be right back.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we're talking about New World with both Ven and Kat and Ven and Atrax and Marcus. And probably
Nick.
not, and me technically, but I'm just the moderator.
No, Nick's the talent. Well,
You're
first of
here
all,
to sing a whole new world.
so everybody...
A whole new world.
New world. Anyway, my point is, so New World is an MMO that was released by Amazon Game Studios. It was their first game that actually like launched. When the game launched, I think a year ago, it had the most insane server queues ever, which was really surprising to me because Amazon owns their own servers.
Yeah, a little
I know.
So like, how do you have
Yep.
server queues? Oh, it's over a year ago, September 28th, 2021. So I was there day one in a 4-hour queue, which I didn't play on day one, but that's okay. It was originally going to be a full PvP game. Then at some point they reeled it back and they were like, shit, this game is going to fail. We need to do some PvE. They delayed the game again. They put a little bit of PvE in it, and the game launched. The game launched. It had a shit ton of players, and like every streamer in the world and every gamer in the world, they play it nonstop for a month or two straight and then realize there's not enough content. Well, you've been playing it for 15 hours a day. There's no content. And I think what New World didn't expect was that they didn't flesh out their end game on launch. And because of that, people left
Right.
the game.
A lot of people.
Okay.
And I'm just giving the backstory here before you guys take over. So then over the course of the year, there were still a few people playing it, and they were saying like the game is going to be dead, blah, blah, blah. But then Amazon came out with some great changes. Over the course of the year, it was slow and steady in the beginning, but over time, they've come out with some really good changes. Then they announced an expansion, which came out. Then they announced, which I think was probably the best thing they did, was they announced a fresh start server.
Yeah.
as Ben and Kat mentioned earlier in the show. And for me, with an MMO, I like that idea of a fresh start server because that gives people an opportunity to get in at the ground level with everybody else. Even if Nick is that's pretty cool. Even if Nick is a pro at a game and like he knows what to do, he's still starting at level 1 with everybody else.
I have a recliner function on my gaming chair.
Right.
Which
and for me, that's pretty cool because like me, I played New World, but then like I only played it a little bit, but like hearing about the fresh start server, I'm like, well, that's pretty cool because now there's going to be people that know the best path to achieve your levels and do all that. And it's a fresh start. So everybody is kind of lower level. I'm not saying by now people are probably maxed out, but at the same time, of course you are.
I'm raising my hand.
Yes.
People at home.
So
it took us 3 days.
Exactly.
Damn.
Well, they were playing 18 hours a day.
That's not true. That's an exaggeration.
Okay,
Ben was playing 16 and a half hours a day.
Yeah.
All right, that's almost true.
Kat was playing 14 and a half hours a day.
So I'm going to go with Ven first because we started with Kat. So, Ven, what is new about New World that got you guys to get back into it?
I think the biggest thing was they dropped a new area called Brimstone Sands. It's like a desert. It's a newer area. It's got like a whole new revamped storyboard model. Like they completely changed the formula for how they tell the story for the game. Like there's cutscenes now, and it's a lot more of a streamlined narrative as opposed to before.
Oh, that's cool.
The area's cool. The loot's cool. I don't know.
Did they lower how long it takes to get like the crafting professions and stuff like that? Because I remember when the game launched,
she did the hardest one in the game.
So I'm like so excited, you guys. Like I feel like I had a lot of energy towards doing this from the start because I wanted to start fresh. Like a lot of shit happened when the game released. There were a lot of bugs, there were a lot of fuck ups. Okay, like sorry, not sorry, but there's a lot of problems. A lot of gold got duplicated. So then like the economies went crazy and all of these gold dupers, they were able to buy every fucking thing, blah, blah, blah. Everything got warped. Everything was out of control. All of the like legacy worlds are all tainted that way. All the economies are bent out of shape. Like when I went back, I was like, oh, let me see. Like a couple weeks before Brimstone dropped, I was like, oh, like let me go play. And I did go play because I wanted to see how the new leveling was going to work because they had all those incremental changes. And it is way easier to raise your gear score. It's way easier to raise your expertise. It's way easier just to get drops. Like just all of those things are so much better.
To give light on how much easier.
I went to go like, I was like, oh, like I need a glove at 600. And I was like, what the fuck? Like just one glove was 5 times as much gold as I had in my pocket.
Wow.
And I had no way of like climbing out of that well. I was like, I'll never get gear here ever. Like ever. So I was really, really excited when they said, hey, start fresh, start at 0. Everyone will start at 0. We won't have that giant wave of like, literal millionaires, of duplicated gold. Because what happened is like if the people still, if they had traded it, and they had lost track of it. They admitted that they had lost track of it. They were able to ban a lot of the people that created the duplications, but they weren't able to like track down and pull it all back out of the economy. So it just fucked it up. That was awesome. I was so excited. That was one of my major reasons where I was like, awesome, fresh start. I'll be able to do the things, all the things. So they streamlined the leveling from level 1 to level 25. Like they really condensed it. Like we flew up there. I mean, like you could do that in literally probably, well, actually I have a person from my stream who like is like, I could speed run it. He got to level 30 while I was streaming the other day. He did it in 4 hours.
Wow.
Like, bam. I was like, whoa, like and he put it it's in my stream Discord. Like he put it in there. He's like, this is how you do it. he did it. I saw it like the going off in the company. He was, this level, because it announces it like every time you get a level.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever. So I was like, that's crazy.
I will say to touch on it, they nerfed the level brackets from like 20 to 40 and 40 to 60 by like over 140% from what it was at launch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like
It was really
it's
bad.
grindy. Don't get me wrong. It's still grindy. Like we ground that out to get it done so quickly, but it's so much better than before. So
Right.
sorry, I see.
No, it's an MMO. It's an MMO. You're meant to grind. It's not meant to be easy. I do like it. Like after a game is out for a while, I do like that they do a faster leveling process for the opening 20 levels or whatever, because when you're learning how to play the game and you're not gaining levels, like it feels like a grind. But if you're playing the game and you're leveling and leveling and leveling, it's going to keep you excited to keep logging in. And then, sure, you hit level 30 and it starts to bog down. That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So for me, I think that's a good thing that they're speeding up the opening area leveling, because it's going to keep people engaged, because what are the things in your head with it? Like they release
Neurons?
Happiness.
Endorphins.
Yes.
Endorphins, neurotransmitters.
Yes.
All the above. Dopamine.
Hit.
Yeah.
Yes. Atrax, did you play New World?
No, I didn't. I watched so many people though. I watched, let's see, Chimeri, Chronic. I think, did you play it too? I can't remember if you
I
played
did
it
a
on
little.
stream.
I didn't play it on stream, I don't think.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember who the other people that I watched play, but I watched like you said, everybody was streaming it at the time. So I watched a lot of it, but I just, because for me it was too grindy. I just thought right away, I saw how much time people were putting into it and how slow their numbers were going up, and I thought, no, I'll probably pass. But I watched quite a few people play it. Yeah,
it's beautiful for sure.
It's a great looking game. I added it to my Steam wish list. Maybe when it goes on sale, I'll swoop it.
Yeah.
Now that it's,
it was just on sale for 50%
stuff.
off.
Of course. Oh, man.
But don't worry, everybody. The Steam sales are coming. It's holiday season.
We're getting into that time.
So let me ask you guys this: what made you want to start your own guild?
It's not a guild. It's a company.
Sorry, Nick. It's a company.
First of all.
Well, I think it just happened. Like it just kind of happened. Like I was in this stream and I had some friends that had been following me since New World last year. And I was like, fresh start. I'm like, what do you think? Should we do it? And then they were like, I think we should. And then I was like, well, if we're going to do it, I'm like, we should just do it. We should do it as a group. I was like, and if we make a group, we're going to make a company. And if we make a company, we're going to find people. And then we're like, okay, we'll do that. Like, who can we call? Who can we ask? And I was like, well, I'll ask all these people. I'm like, you guys all come from the stream. I'll put a link. And then we like made a Discord, and then they're like, who wants to be the governor? And I was like, not fucking me. And then we just started asking. It was like a friends of this and that and the other and this, and now but the time it launched, it was so fun. It was so exciting because at the launch, we were all in the Discord, like all piled up. We had like close to 60 people, I think, like on launch day, all of us in the server, like quickly trying to log in, like make our characters. Everyone's like, I have the ugliest character in the world because I put it on random just to go faster, to like cut the queue, to like get out of the gate first.
The big thing is because
so much energy.
There's like a perpetual fear. They lock down the servers when there's too much traffic. I was literally logged into my computer through TeamViewer to make a character.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was craziness. And then like, it kept locking and unlocking and locking and unlocking. And like, we're like, don't, just hang on. Don't give up. Don't wait. Because we really wanted to land like as a group and like get running, because we had to haul ass to save up 100,000 gold to like buy our territory.
Right.
You know, there's only a certain amount of territories and there's like 2,500 players. all pretty much really sweaty, like wanting to grind and get that done. So we were like, go, go, go. We bought our territory at 5:30 in the morning, like after
Wow.
this, like about 13 hours after it started. And we kept like seeing them sell. We were like, no, 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 no. Like there goes the real estate.
Not another one.
Yeah, we were like, fuck, hurry.
There's the 16 and a half hour days, everybody.
Right.
Just admit it.
Okay, I didn't actually make it. I only made it until about 3:45. And then I was like, I can't, you guys, I gotta go to bed. And I didn't know if we were gonna make it. When I went to sleep, we had, I think, 84,000 gold. And I was like, we gotta go. Like, I just can't. I gave every single amount that I had made. I left myself 200 coins for repair. I was like, that's it. Pushed everything else into it to get the territory. So it was wild. It was really wild. But it was so fun.
Are you guys purple?
No, we are green because
Yeah.
pickles
Purple.
are green.
Oh
All
yeah.
right.
Hey,
Best
what's the name
color.
of the company? I don't think we said that on the podcast.
It's Pickle Party.
Okay, so
The Pickle Party.
the Pickle Party Company,
Welcome to the Pickle Party.
welcome.
That's right.
They're the pickles.
All right. No.
Anyway, well, this game for me, I think fits Ven's
I'm Pickle
personality.
Nick. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. I love that.
Oh my god.
I think this game fits Ven a real lot because, like, Ven is always got the biggest sword and like always like is never afraid to back. He never backs down from a fight. So like for me, this is like the perfect game for him because like it's constant conflict. And
Mhm.
if he knows that he can go to a battle and help change the outcome, that fits his personality, in my opinion. I
I
feel
will
like this,
say, not 10 minutes before we started recording, I just bought my dream sword for a steal of only 6,000 gold.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Ooh.
sword on the other server would have been like 300,000.
Wow.
I swear.
but
Because of the like
Yeah.
inflation in that economy.
hmm
Interesting.
that's awesome.
That's great.
It's so great.
I'm happy for you guys. That like that's
Yeah.
a way better.
I just can't believe
Yeah.
it's working. I'm like, wait, this is working?
Right.
So I did watch a video on the things that are different in the game.
Mhm.
And I will say the most relaxing thing I've ever done in any video game is chopping trees. The
Yeah.
sound design that they put into the chopping of the trees is euphoric for me.
It's top notch. It really is.
You really have a thing for wood, huh?
Yeah, I love wood.
Dude,
I'm
I love
covered in-
hearing like when I'm mining, and I like hearing like the echo of like the pickaxe hitting. It sounds like
Yes.
it reverberates off the hills.
Mhm.
It sounds like you're mining in a cave or something, and it's
and-
fantastic.
And I think and what I'm saying is, I think that stuff is overlooked, because people are so in a rush. But if they take the time to like talk about it and like listen to the game, the immersion, that is immersion to me. Like literally when I played it, I think I leveled to like level 13 or 15, just chopping trees.
Yeah. You're not alone.
And the thing for me that was hard was I didn't really understand the combat. And I think for me in the beginning, there were so many people that were new and everybody was so like, I have to get my stuff done before I can help you kind of a mentality.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That I kind of felt like what do you mean you're level 2? I got to get gold. I can't help you find. There was a type of rock that I had to mine in order to make a better sword. And I had no idea where it was. Like I searched everywhere. I climbed on the highest rock mountains and all I found was a rock lobster.
That's a song lyric, I think.
Yeah. Anyway,
That went over my head.
So-
Sorry, everybody.
are there raids in the game?
Yes. Well,
Oh.
I would say it's more of like a flashpoint sized thing or a dungeon from ESO. They don't take terribly long. There are a bunch of bosses in each one. They come in, I think they go up to 10 levels a piece. So there's like basic, and then they have these layers of them, this harder ones that are called mutations.
You can
And
think
the
of them as like
mutations go up to
nightfalls.
M10.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on the basic thing. My mind, as soon as you said basic, that my mind went somewhere
like-
I'm
else.
just like a basic expedition, okay? Like,
Do you have to be wearing Ugg boots and have a pumpkin spice latte?
I mean, I drink my bought coffee on stream, so that is me. I'm ready for my basic expedition.
So let's say, what's one of the names of the expeditions?
Genesis.
Okay, Genesis. So you're saying there's like the easy mode where like I could go into that and then it goes to like a nightmare level difficulty.
Yeah,
Those
there's
rewards are really high.
10 tiers, and then yes, the
Wow.
gear score that will drop goes up to like the max level, I would assume, although I don't know. I've never done an M10, so I don't know, but I assume it goes to 625. That's
It's
the top.
also based on like a point system, like I said before. You can really compare
Right.
them to Nightfalls because there's like different modifiers and shit like that. Kind of
Yes.
like Destiny and a
Mhm.
scoring system.
So there's an unstoppable mod.
Well, there
Not
are kind of
necessarily.
mods because they're coatings. They're called coatings for your weapons. So you put like something that will make it extra strong on the type of enemy that you're going to be fighting in that dungeon or in that encounter with that particular boss and its minions.
Or you put a ruby on your weapon so it can deal
yes,
fire
you
damage.
can adjust your dems.
Really?
Yeah,
See, that sounds pretty cool to me.
Definitely. I like
I'm
gear.
telling you,
That
it's
sounds fun. to me, too.
really it's fun, you guys. It's really fun.
I love gear customization. That's one of my favorite things in God of War. Is all the runes and stuff you can apply and like
Sure.
how different things shake out. You have like your runic attacks can change. You can combo them together.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying.
So like it translates to the MMO version of that,
Yeah.
you know.
And like, yeah, I like that. Well, I do like how there's different mods and stuff like that. So if you could change something about the game, what would it be?
Wow.
I know mine, but go ahead.
No,
I
you
wanna
go
hear
ahead because
about-
I have
Okay.
nothing. I'm just like,
All right, so for me, there is this part in the leveling process that I call the shit zone because there is straight up nowhere near enough quests to get you from 30 to 45. That part of the leveling grind fucking sucks. It is awful. You have to do like 5 hours of mind-numbing stuff just to get the XP needed to get to that
Like-
range.
Just like killing ads and stuff.
or you could condescend to do some side quests as you were questing, and then you would actually have enough XP to get
Fuck
through
that,
there.
I need
But
to get to level 60.
exactly, like,
All right.
Okay, so I'm not a side quest guy.
Oh, I am.
We know Nick is. What about you, A-Trax?
My middle
You a side
name is-
Oh
quest
yeah,
guy?
100%. I'm a completionist guy. If I can, I will 100% complete a zone before I move on to the next one.
Oh,
That's
not me.
That's my
I'm
jam,
like-
too.
Okay, what
Yeah.
is the next area is 35 to 40. What level am I? 34. I'm going.
So
Fuck
like,
this area. I'll level
Well-
up to 35 quick.
Because I
I-
know once I move on, I'm not coming back for small collectibles and stuff. I better finish the zone before I move on.
that's my thought process. Although I'm a little weird where like if I like go through I try to like with The Witcher for example, I try to like do as much of the side stuff as I go along as I can, and then if through doing that I'm like 80% of the way done, then I'm gonna finish that area with 100% and get everything. But like if I go through and I like am trying to do as much side stuff as I can and I'm only at like 40%, like I'm not going back. You know what I mean? If I'm like so like on the first run, if I'm able to do a good chunk of it, like if I'm able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, I'll 100% it. But if it's like a daunting task just for the sake of checking the box, I'm like, meh, you know, I more often than not won't go back to it. But generally, I'm a big side quest guy.
Sure.
I like all the side quests.
I'm just thinking about all the side quests.
Kat, what
I
would
don't
you change?
I don't think I would do it.
I feel like right now, I think I would maybe change. I have no idea how they would do it. It seems like actually it would be kind of hard as a programming thing, but I would change how they balance the players in Outpost Rush, which is the giant version of PvP that's like the casual, large scale PvP. Because I feel like a lot of the time you'll end up on these teams and you're like, we have 95% mages. And then you just get like steamrolled by like a more evenly created team, So I do feel like that's something I would like to see done a little better. I think in that game it would be hard because anyone can be anything at any moment. I don't know how they would figure out who is queuing as what.
Right.
But that really wouldn't be my problem. It's just my wish list, right?
So both of you are max level, right?
Mhm.
So take me through, if you logged onto the game like now and you're going to stream or you're going to play for like 3 hours or something, what does that look like? What kind of content are you guys sinking your teeth into?
Well, for stream, I like to play Outpost Rush because it's chaotic and to me it's very fun.
Yeah.
I don't mind, I don't even mind the blowouts. I'm like, whatever, because I feel like the rewards for it are very good. We are max level, we're level 60, but our gear still really needs work. And every time you do, 2 a days anyways, for both Outpost Rush and the arenas, you get these materials that can really help you craft your get better gear. So I like it. And I just like the mode. So typically I'll log in, I'll queue for it, but usually there's a wait because it's 40. You need 40 players to queue into it.
Right.
So there's typically a wait, and then and then I'll farm. I have 3 professions already to max 200 level.
Damn. Which
so
3?
I'm out there
16 and a half hours a day.
mining and crafting. Today was the first day I really slept and I feel better. I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
It's true. I haven't slept an amount that makes me feel okay since Fresh Start started until last night.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm impressed.
It happened.
Ben, how about you? What are you sinking your teeth into mostly?
Whatever gets me loot. So lately, since I'm not raiding anymore, my daily routine, I get on. There are these things that the game and you could do called chest runs. So every day at 7 o'clock, there's this giant green Marauder faction chest run. I always go on it because it's over 100 people. You run this route where you get these things called elite chests, which have a lot better loot in it, and you get a lot of get better gear, increase your gear averages and all that. So I do that. I'll do dungeons, but if there's PvP, I'm going right over there.
Right away?
Yep, drop it. Yeah, that's what we have to do to defend a territory as owners. We drop whatever we're doing. We go over, we defend our shit.
Oh, that's cool.
So
They
at
spent
any
100
point, somebody
grand
can try
on
to
it.
take your stuff?
Yeah.
Our fort can get capped any time of the day or night.
Wait a minute. So what happens if everybody is sleeping?
It gets
gets
capped,
capped.
And then we have to come back in
We've
the morning
had
and fix
nights
it.
where we've stayed up till 2 in the morning just defending our fort because people keep coming trying to take it. Because our fort's the most valuable one in the game.
Our fort is really awesome because if our faction is holding our fort, our entire faction, all the Marauders, get a 10% boost to their luck. So when they're going on those chest runs, they have a 10% better chance to get better shit. So our fort, so everybody wants their faction to have the luck boost. So they're always coming down there and we're like, get out of our fucking
We're the
fort.
keepers of the luck.
Yeah, because everybody wants the luck.
You're guarding the Lucky Charms.
Lucky pickles.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say that. Their fort is covered in pickles and pickle jars.
You're right.
Pretty much.
And they have disco balls that are pickles.
Disco pickles.
Yeah, it's a pickle party, so it's got to be everything pickle. It's all green. I don't see, how do you not have a pickle in that room?
It's not
get a pickle body pillow or something.
No, somebody's got to get her one of those
like a stuffed
like a
pickle or
stuffy
something.
Like a
pickle.
stuffed pickle.
Maybe I'll ask Santa. I'll get one this year.
You could just like hang it off a string from the ceiling or something.
Like right here.
Yeah. And just kind of wobbles.
Even I got a pickle in my. I got this pickle.
Oh my god,
Pringles
that's funny.
It's
Nice.
pickle Pringles. That's cool.
But yeah, we actually had somebody ask. It's like a stupid thing from the stream, just calling people a pickle because I say it when I get mad in PvP.
You're
But
such a
someone
pickle.
was like, "Well, everyone knows that guys are an RP company because of your name," and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then someone else was like, "Yeah, apparently we're RPing as the company that kicked your ass in PvP."
Oh, wrecked.
Anyway,
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Shots
great.
fired.
it was really funny. We did have a war. We kept our territory. It was fantastic.
Yeah, wait a minute. Can you describe the war, please, for the uninitiated? What do you mean there's a war?
Yeah.
There's just like ongoing PvP,
It's
like
just
to defend your
people
territory?
fighting.
Well, there's two kinds of things. There's one where we're trying to like hold on to our fort for the
Okay.
luck bonus.
Right.
And then there's these quests that you can pick up. Anyone can pick them up, any territory, anytime. You can go to your faction representative, pick up 3 quests. If you go out, and then you have to flag up for PvP. So that means anyone else who's flagged up for PvP can just kill you if they can at
Wow.
any time. So you go out, and each time you turn it in, it puts some percentage of influence on your territory.
Okay.
If you push that influence number all the way up to 100, everyone who has put in more than 10% can bid to try to make war on that piece of property, that tile.
Okay.
So
like you would be making war on like a neighboring tile or something.
yes, for us, since we own our own home, we would be going out to fight at someone else's home.
Yeah, but get like a
or
second.
somebody will come over to our place, push us to 100, and then come to try to take us and kick us out of our tile. So
Right.
that's what happened. I think that was why Ben logged out the other night, because I was like, oh my god, like they're trying to push us.
He
And then they
abandoned
came-
us.
They came, but they brought like 70, 100 players
Over
to
100
push
people.
it. We got
Oh,
steamrolled.
wow.
So we got pushed right into war. It took them like a half an hour to an hour. Like it was done. And then we were like, oh my god. And then
The war happened.
right. And so that means you
We
have
gotta
war.
talk
You
about
have
it.
like a couple days to prepare for war. So that company who does that is going to come. They can pick their roster.
Oh, it's a limited
It's
number of
50
people.
v 50 instanced war.
Right.
And how long does it
Instance
last?
PvP.
30 minutes.
Half an hour.
Whoa.
Half an hour of fucking mayhem of 50
That's
versus 50.
so epic, though.
It's sick.
Wait a minute.
It's so much fun.
Wait, so then, okay, so 50 versus 50, 30 minutes. And what happens if you lose?
You lose your tile. It flips to the other color.
Or
Yeah,
if
and they
the
get
attacking
title.
party loses,
If the
then they just
attackers
don't-
win, they lose.
You get nothing. You
Right.
yeah,
lose.
they get nothing.
They don't get anything.
and they
but
lose
they
all the
also,
gold they spent to
But
bid
they
on the
paid
war.
money to bid. So they
What do you
lose the
mean?
money
Oh.
to get in. They lost the bid money, and they still didn't get the tile.
What's a bid money? What are you bidding?
You're bidding for the war. You're like throwing in your number in the hat by putting in gold. And if you get picked, you paid for that war to come to war. But you lose that money if you don't win. So it's like,
Oh.
whatever. So
It's-
sad, too bad.
Ha.
So we had war on Monday night, and it was sick, you guys. It was so good.
Did you
I'll
guys
let
both
Ben-
fight in it?
Yeah. Yeah. It was
We
so good,
wanna
All
we
right.
wanna start talking about what we did.
Yes,
you talk
I,
about
I
that.
totally want
So
to
hear Hear the
we
story.
fought the war against a streamer who has over 350,000 followers on Twitch.
Damn.
We fought the war against his community.
It was brutal.
Holy
Wow.
We had no idea.
Uh-huh. Here,
Until-
I'll send Marcus the VOD of it. Of the
Well-
Yeah,
timestamp.
definitely.
The
Here.
thing is that it started off like in our company too, like we're just a group of people. Like we don't have
Right.
like we have some really good players from our old server that decided to come over. Whatever, but we have to have 35 of our own players.
Right. In
Which
your
a lot of
company.
us had no experience. I had only fought in 2 wars ever. I
Right.
think Ben probably about the same.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. And so like whatever. So like I had zero experience basically. I had never been on a defense war ever.
Yep.
So it was bad. Like the first 5 minutes, there's 3 points in the field, and then there's points inside the fort itself. There's one main.
It's
like the
basically like a
flagpole. If you
giant
capture the flag,
domination.
you win. Like the final one inside, but there's the doors too. You have to kick the doors in. Anyway, they swept us off of the 3 outer points in 5 minutes.
Oh no.
So if you watch
Wow.
this guy's VOD, he's like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna kick their butts. And like then our shot caller was like amazing. He did not lose his cool. He was like, collapse on the fort, rally, whatever. And like we did. And then we held that damn center pole for 25 minutes.
That's
they
wild.
could not come in. It was like
You're
Gandalf.
gonna watch this stream. It's from the other side, so you're gonna
It's
watch
from
us
their
kicking
perspective.
their ass.
They were they were like, yeah, and they were like, we're gonna rub it in their face. We kicked their ass in less
And
than
it
10
starts
minutes.
going downhill.
And then they were like, we can't get through this door. We cannot get through this door. We cannot get through this door. And then at like minute about 15,
Yeah.
their faction had
Drama.
other wars that night. Their faction started abandoning them.
Oh
and
my
the faction
god.
started leaving the war. They were like, fuck it, we can't win. And they left.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts. They were
So now
like,
they're
they were
infighting.
like, never mind. This isn't worth our time. We have to like pull out and like go to wherever there were 2 other wars that night. So they just basically, they gave up. We held the door so hard that they said, it's not really, we're not going to make it. So we give up.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
And the video is pretty good. Clearly we felt good about it.
I sent it to Atrax and Nick, and we'll watch it.
I'll post it in the Discord for sure.
It was pretty good.
Did they come in your stream at all to talk shit?
No.
I did not stream the war.
Nobody from our side streamed the war.
We did not stream the war. So, but I was so nervous. Like, I don't even think you guys understand though. Like, I was so nervous
Yeah, but
about
that's
this.
the best content. You want to grow. You want to talk shit.
Man, the thing is, I was so nervous. I was so worried. Like, I feel like such pressure for like the company to do well because I feel like I got, close to 80 people to believe that this was going to be fun. And I was like, please let this be fun and not us like getting our ass kicked. So I was like hyperventilating practically beforehand. And like our other friend who's like this guy who's like a super good healer. I'm like, he's like my Jedi master guy. I'm like, teach me your ways, like whatever. I messaged him beforehand. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen if this doesn't go well. I'm like, I'm so nervous. And then he wrote me back and he was like, you know what? He's like, the only way that I'll be disappointed in what you do, he's like, is if you don't try. And I was like, oh, that was so nice. I cried.
Aww.
And then we went to war and we won.
But that's what it's all about though,
I do.
Yeah, that's an
try your
epic
best.
story.
Well, the thing that I'm hearing too is, so if a war is 50v50, right? And there's only 100 people allowed in your company.
Yes.
Like, if you're one of the 100 and you haven't logged in a day or two and somebody is there every day, you're getting the boot. Like, that chopping block can get pretty.
So
We
what
just
a
started that
lot of
yesterday.
the companies do is they have like a sister company or like whatever, and that is
for like
where,
overflow almost.
like your casuals will hang out there if you have more than 100 people who are really going to be there all the time. I mean, like, I do think that for like the war roster, you can slot up to 15 mercenaries in your company.
Yeah.
So you really
For
need
defense wars.
Yeah.
for defense, right? Well, you need it, but that's the minimum you can have. The minimum for your top A game roster has to be 35.
Okay.
But I do feel like I did have to do that because we were getting close to 100. You were up to 80 something yesterday.
83.
Damn.
Yeah, but then it was higher. We had to we cropped it, and I told people, I had to tell people in my stream, blah, blah. I was like, it's not that we don't love you guys, but like, we really have to worry about the war roster and we still really want to play with you guys. And, like you're important, you're friends, but like to keep the tile, we have to maintain that.
I'll be honest, you have to play the game. Like this is a game. It's not like Destiny or SWTOR where if you don't log in, it's not going to matter. This game actually matters because
it does matter.
Like, and here's the thing that is interesting is this is the one game where I think like if you have some people like 20 members from the West Coast,
right?
You have some people in
from
Central
Australia,
time.
and you got coverage around the clock. That's helpful.
The thing about it that's rough though is that the ping on it actually really, really matters. I don't think you could play on our server from overseas too successfully. You're gonna have too much lag. You're gonna have trouble in fights with the lag.
Let's hope you guys don't go against somebody that works third shift.
Yeah, right.
Their company name is the Third Shifters.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So you can only have wars during a set hours of the day. I think it's like the war hours start like 4 o'clock and they end at midnight.
I think the last war start time is 11.
Oh,
okay. So it's the actual wars are controlled. They're under our control. We're like, the most of our members can be there.
We pick our time.
We asked our fighters,
cool.
We're like, what's our slot time so that we can all make sure we can come. And so that was what we did.
So, okay, let's say I'm faction working class nerd.
Cucumber party.
And I want to go to war. So like I'm scheduling a war with you. So I have to bid for it and say, I want this tile. I'm going to pay a bunch of gold and then say, hey, Tuesday at 5 o'clock, meet me.
No, you're invading us. No. We pick the terms. Good luck.
You are coming to war at our schedule. If we were coming to your house, you get to schedule it. But you're coming to our house, it's on our schedule.
So you can say, hey, we'll allow you to come to war with us Tuesday at 5 o'clock.
It's always, it's set all the time. For us, it's always 8:30.
Okay.
If you're coming to war with us, it's 8:30 at night. Like that's
basically,
the way it is.
You have to like in your like guild settings, you have to like set a time as your siege window is what it's called. And then you can't change it for another 7 days, or if you have like an active territory event, war or an invasion. Which invasion's like a PvE war kind of thing.
It is just like a war, only it's PvE.
So that isn't too bad.
That's pretty awesome.
No, it's great.
Yeah, so
That's
you're
really
like,
cool
hey, you want to come to war with us? We're available at 8:30 p.m. Like we record the podcast Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. You can make it. Cool. If not,
it is what it is.
Rip that guy.
Right.
Meet me in the schoolyard at 8:30 p.m.
Right. Yeah.
We're gonna fight.
What an awesome mechanic! Like
that is
nice. In that game.
But is it a game for you, Nick?
No.
See, I don't know if I could handle that pressure.
I could for like a week if I had nothing else going on. You know what I mean?
No.
Like I could sink in and like be like, I'm gonna be like it's almost like going on vacation. Like I'm gonna be playing this game for 16 hours for like a week or something, and then I'd be like, all right, I have too many other interests.
Yeah. What about you, A-Trax?
I was going to say, I could see sticking around for a few months, but I don't know if it would be, if I could get too invested into it like that. Because that's, for me, the hard part is nailing down like an exact time, because I'm one of those gamers where I will not play very well if I don't want to be playing the game. And if it's like, I know, all right, well, I'm going to have to go to war at this time and I have to be playing, I don't know, maybe some of my other friends want to do something else at that time, like, I don't know if that particular time commitment I could do, but the game itself sounds like a lot of fun to me. The war mechanic.
Well, that's the thing though. You don't actually have to do war. There's a lot of companies that are like crafting companies. Like they're just there to like do the economy, make weapons, do stuff like that. Like they're not doing that. Like that's not what they're there for.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea what the numbers are, but I don't know how many people actually do war. I have no idea.
I bet a lot.
I'm sure.
That sounds
it's
really
a
fun.
PvP game.
Yeah.
It is, but it's like,
I'd say 20 to 40% of the server.
Yeah. I
'Cause,
mean, our
if
server
you think
does
about it,
seem.
each war is 100 people. We've had 3 wars going on at the same time before.
That's true.
You know,
That's true. But it's also like the early part of the server, like everyone's trying to show like how badass they are. You know, everyone's
That's a
like,
lot
I'm
of wars.
That's a
awesome.
good
You know,
point.
like
Yeah.
there's a lot of jostling going on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I will say, since we embarrassed them, no one's fucked with us since.
No one has even come
There
really
you
down
go.
to our fort since Monday.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's Thursday night now. So
Yeah, the last time we fought with anyone in the field was it 2 days ago or was it yesterday? Then when we were trying to get your sword and we were in their
Oh, for
territory.
God's sake. I don't even want. I had the worst farming luck of all time this week. Of all time.
Listen, I don't ever want to hear you ever complain about like RNG luck ever.
You need to talk to Kat about that, dude.
Vexathon.
Yeah, every time Ven plays Destiny, he gets an exotic or gets
He
the
does.
gun he wants.
He totally
Like,
does.
Every single time.
I
It
spent
take me like
over
60
10
fucking-
hours this week sitting at one boss, killing
did.
him every 3 minutes just to get a damn PvP sword.
I don't feel
Great
bad.
sword.
There's zero feel bad.
It finally comes around, goes
Yeah.
around though a little bit, right?
Yeah, his first touch of malice run. I mean, first King's Fall run, he gets the touch of malice. Like, fuck that. Like, that's his luck. He's like, I got the Vex again. Oh, I got the Vex again, and 60 runs later, and I still don't have it. So, anyways, it's time, everybody, for working class questions.
Working class questions.
it's working class questions time. I didn't know what to add.
There was nothing for you to add.
Atrax, what's our first question?
Our first question is from Quinn. And Quinn asks, what is the funniest video game bug you've ever seen?
I have a selfish one. So one of my top Reddit posts of all time is actually a bug where it was in Fallout New Vegas. Shocker. Fallout 3. One of the Enclave soldiers I had killed, and then I looted the armor off of him. He died like with his thumb like in a thumbs up position, and then his hand was like between his legs and his crotchal region, but like his hand clipped into the underwear, so it looks like he has his hand down his pants.
Oh my!
And he's got a thumbs up. So then I posted that on a screenshot and put it on Reddit and said like Enclave soldier died doing what he loved, and I got like 5,000 upvotes or something.
That was pretty cool.
So like it's not really a bug, but just like the way the hand's probably not supposed to clip into the body, so I thought that was kind of a bug. So that'll be my answer.
Yeah.
Ven Cat.
I need to think.
How about when all of our companions were appearing in our strongholds in their underpants?
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty funny.
That happened in
That's a good one.
SWTOR.
Yeah.
In SWTOR.
That's funny.
You load in and there's your stronghold is full of people and they're all wearing underwear.
Yeah, you're like, what's going on in this stronghold while I'm logged out?
Wow. Crazy Star Wars stronghold party.
What about you, Ven?
No, that's a pickle
Oh
party.
God. Oh God, I really gotta think.
All right, if he
Come
needs
back
more
to me.
time, if he
All right.
needs more time, I'll go. For me, it's gonna be in Skyrim when the giant trolls would like slam the
Oh,
ground next
yes!
to you, and it would send you flying like way up into the sky,
Like
out of
miles
nowhere,
into the
like
sky.
miles. Yeah, like you could see the entire map, which was huge. And you would
Right.
just go flying, and then you would eventually ragdoll all the way down, and the troll would still be standing there, just like beating the crap out of your body.
Oh my
That was-
God.
And then I think later they said it wasn't supposed to be that way. Like it's
Yeah, it was a
legitimate
bug.
but people like it and they think it's so hilarious. We're just gonna leave it as like a feature.
Right. It's not every time a giant kills you, but like every so often there's a chance that happens. Where you just
Right,
get
yeah.
like space shuttle launched.
Torpedoed
Amazing.
into the
Into the air.
sky. Yeah.
Mine, believe it or not, is in Destiny 2 when I fell I think it was in my first time in Vow of the Disciple, and I fell, and my character glitched, and when it hit the ground, it just like seizured the entire time, and I was like, I couldn't stop laughing because that's just the funniest bug in the world to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you?
All
Ben?
right, my favorite one. So, has anyone ever done merchant chest glitching in Skyrim?
No.
No.
Okay,
Yeah, where you go
so-
under the map.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one in Whiterun where you jump on the barrel, you jump over the wall, and then you can run right into the hill and hit
Yes.
Yorlin's merchant chest.
Yes.
I do that every run. I love it.
That's fair. I did that a lot on the good old Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Made a lot of money like that.
Mm-hmm.
DL Smooth asks, "What's your favorite thing about New World?"
I'll go first. The giant swords, because I've never played New World.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, I'll go the tree chopping.
Yeah.
I'll piggyback on Marcus because I've never played it, but every game that I've played that has wood cutting in it, I've enjoyed.
You should be a carpenter.
Nah.
For me, it's always the people.
It's the people,
People.
Yeah.
like the people you're playing with.
Yeah. Just like having the community and like doing things together and like being excited and having fun like that. It's good.
Totally get it.
Great swords. Brought me back to the game. Great swords.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so Aylin asks, do you have the Turkey Terminator title?
Yes.
And
Yep. Do we want to talk about the Turkulon?
yeah, I don't know what the heck this is referring to.
Oh,
so
God.
I'm
Hold
assuming it's Destiny 2.
No,
This is newer.
no, Turkey
No, the
Terminator.
Turkey Terminator title.
I don't even know what that is.
It's New World
That's
title.
New World. Yeah.
Oh, it's New
No.
World.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how many turkeys you have to kill to get it, but I've had Turkey Terminator for a while.
She's
All right.
she's had it for 1,591 hours.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's 100,000
All right,
turkeys or
Marcus,
something
check
ridiculous.
Discord. I just sent you something. It's called the Turkulon. It's going on right now as a part of the Thanksgiving event. It's a world boss. It is a
Oh my
giant
God.
turkey that can like shit out like eggs that explode like napalm barrels. It
Oh
can
my
shoot
God.
lasers out of its eyes. It's like 20 stories tall. It's like Godzilla, but a giant turkey.
Oh, that's great.
It's crazy. It's so funny. It's like the stupidest, best boss ever. It
That
also
sounds-
sits on people.
Oh, that's
Oh,
really funny.
wow.
That sounds
That's
fun.
crazy.
It's really
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, it's enjoyable.
That's awesome.
Oh, all right. So, Atrax, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say my next in line. Sovi asks, two-parter. Have you been enjoying Eruption in Iron Banner? And is New World free-to-play or subscription-based? Which I think New World is neither. I think you just buy the game
Yeah, it's a
I'm not
one-time
sure.
buy.
and that's it. Yeah, one-time purchase for New World.
What other MMO is like that? Is that Guild Wars?
Guild Wars 2, yeah.
Yeah. You just buy the expansion and you play as much as you want and nothing else. But is there a cash shop in New World?
Yeah,
There
but the
is for
cosmetics suck.
skins.
So, there is like a cartel market or like a guild auction hall or something.
Yeah.
Eververse. All right.
Cash shop. So yeah, have you
Um,
been enjoying Eruption in Iron Banner?
No.
Haven't touched it. Don't
No.
even know what
Haven't
that
played
is.
It's a game mode where the more kills you get, the more powerful you get. You get a damage buff.
So what, like
Oh, boy.
Cranked in Call of Duty?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's fun.
the few matches that I played, it was I wasn't expecting it, and I'm not good enough at PvP to be able to do that. And you can really see when people are good because they're getting their super every 35 seconds. It seems like.
God, that sounds
That's
awful.
brutal.
Jesus.
And and then and to top it off, in order to get your pinnacle for the week, you had to play Ark or Stasis. So there's constant storms, and then you're just being frozen everywhere with Stasis. It was,
or you just get panic thunder crashed every 2 seconds.
Oh, every 2 seconds. But the thing is people love it because it's only coming around twice a season. So like people are hardcore for Iron Banner, but
they're not able to play it enough to where they get sick of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Albus asks, what's your favorite Van Halen song?
That's easy. Eruption for me.
Like I don't.
Mine's Jump.
I think
that's the only song I can think of.
I think that's the one that's the one that's like do. I don't even know how it goes. Yeah, the classic Van Halen
Come on,
song.
jump.
But I can't think of any other Van Halen songs.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can even vaguely think of.
Same
Look at
here.
all the lighters. That's all lighters.
I know. I pulled up a video of a live rendition of Eruption, but
we'll watch that after. I guess.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's just a guitar, like a 7 or 8 minute long guitar solo, but
oh boy.
So next question comes from Irish Gaelic Blue. When did you start playing video games? And follow-up question, on what platform and what game did you play for the very first time? I can go first. I do recall.
Go ahead.
It was Army Men Sarge's Heroes on the PC.
Okay.
It was with my dad. I watched him over the shoulder and I was like, Dad, can I play? And then I found a flamethrower and the guy went, a flamethrower. And then I melted the little army guys that I was fighting against. And I was like, oh my God, it's just like my real army men. And I was hooked.
That's so cute.
I could hang out with my dad and melt the army men like in real life. It was awesome.
That is great.
And yeah, and then we played like a Jurassic game. And then eventually we played like one of the early renditions of like Star Wars Rogue Squadron, and we had like a joystick, and my dad was terrible at it, and like little 6-year-old me was better than him. It was really funny.
That's awesome.
We got stuck on the level like in Rogue Squadron trying to wrap up the AT-AT with the snow speeder.
Yeah,
like with the
I remember those levels sucked.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, it was also the 64 when I was like, 4 years old. Thing came out. Yeah. 96, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and 64, Mario, the Rogue Squadron games.
Yep. All the above.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say that I solidly refuse to disclose what my first games were because I refuse to put an age on myself.
It's okay if you say Pong, okay?
Yeah.
Literally,
That means it was Pong.
fuck you.
It was Pong. It was Pong.
That makes me even older than I am. Oh my God. Big middle fingers, you guys. Middle fingers are flying. Yeah, I refuse to disclose. Although I will say that I never had any of like my own system
Right.
until the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, my
because my dad was like, well, that's just a big time waster. And I wasn't allowed to have anything until like, he thought I was not going to like ruin my grades. And I only had like one game. I got one game at Christmas and one for my birthday. And that was it, like the entire year.
Jeez, you had to choose wisely.
So it was rough. And I had, of course, because it's me.
So what games you get?
Tomb Raider. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Lara Croft. I was like, she's my girl. Like, yeah.
Totally get it. Yeah.
So that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Atrax, how about you?
Oh, my next? So I actually, I don't really remember. I don't know if it was the NES, the Game Boy, or the N64, because my family had those, like all of them. Even before I was born, there's stories of like my aunt being in the hospital and my grandma and my mom are playing Tetris and all those games. So
yeah, I forgot your family were gamers.
Yeah, pretty big gamers. So I don't actually know what my official first one was, but I would say either Pokemon Red on Game Boy,
Yep.
or Tetris on probably the N64, the NES, those two. And then I remember like Super Mario 64 and Mario Kart. And Jet Moto was another really big one on PlayStation 1. I played a
Jet
ton of that
Moto.
game.
I'm really old.
Apparently not as old as Kat.
Fuck you.
Savage.
Wow, I'm taking a lot of heat here.
Are you trying to have
kidding.
the first ever rage quit from the podcast?
No, don't do that. We
It'll
have had-
fuck up the sound. No, for me,
Yeah.
it was, I don't know, it was the PC, and the earliest game I can remember, it was like you had 2 tanks and you had to input commands to like fire the missile to the other side. And it was like an MS-DOS kind of thing. And that was my first game, like I can remember. But like my fondest memory as a
I
kid.
remember that.
Yeah.
Was it green?
It was
Yes.
green.
Yes.
I'm like, I know
Holy
that one.
crap. My grandpa on my mom's side had that.
Yes.
I remember going over there. That
Grandpa,
was
his grandpa.
I remember
we
a
called them
similar one.
Literally.
Poppy.
I don't
But yeah.
remember.
Was that
Marcus, let's go to the
Battletoads?
club, man. Forget this shit.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, like for me, I have no idea. But my fondest memory of a game is NHLPA hockey for the Super Nintendo, and how the wraparound goal was not allowed because there was a bug in the game,
And it was
And
unstoppable, right?
and it was unstoppable.
Yeah.
So if you did that, like all of your friend group was like, get off the system.
right.
That's a no-go.
You're
You can't
banned.
score on a slap shot. Your shit is weak. You're out. Anyways, who's next? I don't know.
Oh boy.
Atrax,
Is
what's
it
the next
back
question?
to me? Yes, it's
I
back to
believe
me.
so.
Doritos asks, what is your preferred game genre?
Oh, easy peasy. Single player action RPG. Or a first person shooter multiplayer, but
I would say like I'm a first person shooter guy, but first and foremost, I'm really become an MMO guy.
definitely. Yeah.
Like I love
All
it.
right.
And like, believe it or not, I'm just going to go on a little tangent. The SWOTOR Flashpoint that I wanted to build,
Yeah.
I was I actually was sad that I couldn't play it with my friends. Like I used to love doing solo content, but Destiny has made me like enjoy playing with friends. That's not a raid. So it was disappointing to me that I couldn't do the story of the Flashpoint with a friend. What about you guys?
That's fair.
I think I'm definitely multiplayer games. The MMO thing is kind of the thing I like. I like to play for social stuff. That's my thing.
MMO, so I can beat the shit out of the rest of you.
There you go.
Totally get it.
For me, I prefer rhythm games. I actually really miss going to the arcade and playing like Dance Dance Revolution with all the people that used to group there. That's one of my biggest like things that I enjoy doing. But now with COVID, and I think just in general, people don't go to arcades and play big rhythm dance games like that.
Right.
So for a like a quote unquote realistic preferred game genre, I would say FPS games.
Sure.
Do you
MMOs
consider
are a close second.
Guitar Hero a rhythm game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually play music in New World, and it plays like Guitar Hero. Like
Oh,
you have to do
really?
the inputs at the
Yeah,
right
they
time
added
based on the music.
instruments.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And when you play the instruments, you give buffs to all the people, or
Mhm.
you can. If you play it really well, they tip you money, like in-game gold, for playing well. And
I'd be
Well,
so
they
You can
tip
make
you for
some
the
money.
buff.
yeah, to get the buff. They're like, thanks for they have to tip to get the buff. So it's like kind of like
Well,
having a company bard to give you your buffs is pretty
Nick,
sweet.
as soon as it goes on sale, are we just going to play for a month?
It
Working
sounds like-
class New World and
I'll totally do that
it
with
sounds
you guys.
like it's
I'll
gonna
You
be
play
guys
like
it.
could do
Class New
group
World.
Yeah.
performances. I think you could do like 4 people
yeah, you
at
can
a
have
time.
a 4 or 5
Perfect.
piece band.
we can be in a barbershop quartet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The working class band.
yeah, working class buffs.
Working class buffs. I like it.
I'll save
Let's
the
go.
sheet music for you guys. You have to find the music sheets, but I have a bunch already. Yeah, I'll save them.
My
I can't
storage
read
is
them anyways.
We'll
but-
bring the music to the pickle party.
Exactly.
We've got a good fountain square you can play at.
I mean, not for nothing. Not gonna lie, people like take all their armor off and they dance to the music. It's a little
All right.
embarrassing.
I'm
yeah,
in.
there you go. Sold.
Sold.
Doritos also asks, which game view is better, first person, third person, or isometric?
Well, isometric is definitely the wrong answer. But I think first person and third person have different like uses. It's like I like a first person shooter, but I also really enjoy a lot of third person games. Like a lot of the single player action RPGs I play are third person.
I prefer third person.
I
Like
do
if
too.
I had a choice, like Destiny would be wonderful in third person. It's great in first person. Call of Duty would be great in first person and is great in first person. And it would be fine in third person because you'd just be playing it
Nah.
that way.
That's Call of Duty has got to be a shooter has got to be first person. Otherwise, it's
Yep,
just not
I
as like
agree.
realistic. It's got to be first.
That's the
person.
whole fun of it.
Yeah.
There are a
Because
few.
Yeah.
There are a few games that get away with it, like Mass Effect. I can't imagine Mass Effect being first person.
Yeah, or
But-
like
But
look at
that's
like
a story game.
like the
Or-
Rockstar games are story games. They're all their combat is third person.
Yeah,
But you're not really doing the combat for the sake of the combat necessarily. It's more combat for the sake of the story. So
and they
like,
even put first person in GTA 5, and it doesn't.
right,
I mean, it's okay, but it's not crazy.
Right.
right.
I guess it just depends on the game.
What about you guys?
Ben, yeah, what do you think?
I have to be third person. I think it's preferred for most things, but I agree. Like if it's a shooter, you have to shoot the gun and aim it, so you kind of have to be
And,
first
yeah,
person for that.
right.
Yeah.
I gotta say third because I'm a big fashion guru also. And I like to be able to look at the badass character I've made.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Totally get it.
Yeah.
Outfits.
I like the way Division 2 did it. How like you're in third person a majority of the time, but then when you zoom in on your gun, then it puts you in first person, so you can
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
shoot better. Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, it's a great mechanic. Like you can choose to shoot in third person, but then if you want the accuracy and you zoom in more, then you get first person.
Cool. So Doritos also asks, what is your favorite gaming snack? Favorite
Ooh.
gaming snack.
I know mine right out of the gate is Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its is a great answer because you get the like crunchy snack factor, but they don't leave the residue on your hands that like a Cheetos or a Doritos does. So like Doritos is is one of my favorite like mindlessly eating snacks, but I don't ever eat them while I'm playing because
They're too
of
messy.
too
Yep.
messy.
I love Cheez-Its. My kids are in love with goldfish and they're like the devil. I can't. Goldfish and me are not friends.
Well, yeah, because you ate too many of them. Probably.
No, I've never been a goldfish guy.
Oh, all right. I like the pizza. I like the flavor blast goldfish.
Yeah,
Like the pizza
ones are
flavors?
really good.
Or wicked good. Or
They're
like the
just
pizza.
they're so salty. Like, no, I'm out. No.
Yeah, I used to be able to eat like a whole bag when I was
Oh,
younger.
no.
Now, I mean, I haven't revisited the flavor blast goldfish since I was like, I don't know, in elementary
Yeah, see,
school.
but
so.
that's probably when they were using like real flavors. Now it's all just GMO and it's not going to taste the same.
GMO flavors.
GMO flavors,
That's not a thing. But you mean like MSG or something?
artificial flavors.
Artificial
Yeah,
flavors. What about you guys? What's your favorite snack?
I don't even think I answered the question. I got to circle back.
I usually have on my desk over here, I have a little bag of Hershey Kisses,
Okay.
and I'll eat like if I'm like starving. You'll see me do it on stream sometimes. If I'm like starving, I'll eat like a couple Hershey Kisses so I don't turn into like an angry monster.
Do you chew or do you suck? There is a right answer.
I have to chew them when I'm on stream because,
Wrong
Reason.
answer.
well, sorry.
Mm.
I'm not gonna do that while I'm on stream.
I'm guilty of like my guilty pleasure with Hershey Kisses. Is I'll like go like chipmunk. I'll put like 4 of them in my mouth and then just like let them dissolve for all the chocolate.
Let them all melt.
Nice.
That's pretty.
I think I remember doing that too. Actually, I wasn't always allergic to chocolate.
He's not allergic to chocolate.
It was a puberty thing. And
He
then
developed it.
It all went wrong.
All right, so moving on from puberty, Ven, what's your favorite snack?
Baked Lay's barbecue chips.
Great
They are
answer.
10 times better than normal barbecue chips.
I agree.
I
The
agree.
baked lays are my favorite chip.
All right.
Baked chips are super underrated. Sun chips are really good too. Speaking of
Oh, I
chips.
like sun chips. I like
Sun
the
chips
orange.
are-
No, the red ones.
Yeah, the garden salsa or whatever.
Yes, those are so good.
Those are great. I mean, the
Mhm.
original's really good too. My favorite snack, honestly, I think like if I'm gaming for a while and I'm like, I need to eat a snack, I get like a sandwich. Or historically, actually, it's gonna repulse Marcus, but I eat like a cold hot dog.
That's the most disgusting
Oh, you
thing
gotta
ever.
at least
What
heat
you-
it up, dude.
No, he doesn't.
I
But
won't.
here's
I'll
the
just,
craziest.
I'll just put ketchup like in on a plate and just like dip it and eat it like a chicken tender. And it's
But here's
cold.
the thing. He eats the whole thing whole, one bite.
Gone, like Homer Simpson with a donut.
So much
Yes.
no.
He sucks. He
No.
puts it in his mouth. He puts it in his mouth and it's flapping and he sucks it down. And it goes, and as it goes in, it looks like a worm going. Blah, 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 blah.
Like one of those like door stoppers.
Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right.
No.
That's pretty unique.
All right,
That mental
everybody-
image brought to you
everybody-
by Working Class
D-
Nerds.
Sorry,
Yes.
the hot dog, the cold hot dog, swallowing it like a D. It just made me forget. Did we miss anybody?
Yeah, me.
All right.
Oh, go ahead.
That's
Sorry.
okay. I was waiting for my opportunity. No, my favorite snack is tater tots. I would pick French fries, but they're a little bit more greasy than tater tots. Usually I'm too lazy to make them. But if I'm playing
Yeah.
games and I can have a warm plate of tater tots next to me, to
Oh,
just
yeah.
like one or two, dip them in ketchup. Yes, please.
Is that, yeah, but so here's the thing. Is that labeled a snack because you have to cook it? Like a snack to me is like you're eating,
Would you call
You're
pizza
eat-
rolls a snack?
I was just.
No.
I would say exactly what I was going to
Yeah.
say.
I
Pizza
don't.
rolls. It was
No,
a great.
Pizza
It's
rolls
an
aren't a
appetizer.
snack.
No, it's an appetizer.
Yeah.
Because you have to produce it. A snack to me is something that you walk into the cupboard, you grab it, and you go because you're too
Okay.
lazy to cook something. If you want to cook something, you're preparing something.
Yeah.
Like Nick swallows a hot dog whole,
but I'm not cooking.
but
the
he's
hot
not
dog.
cooking it, so that can be
So I'm
labeled
like
a
slicing
snack.
open the
Like
packaging.
a sandwich
and
is
grabbing one
not
out.
a snack. That's a fucking
No.
sandwich.
And
That's
eat the
a-
pizza
You know what I mean?
rolls cold.
Oh.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
that's
but, like-
way worse than
yeah,
a
but
hot
it's
dog.
That
frozen.
just gave me
Frozen
like
pizza
chills down
roll?
my spine thinking about biting into like a frozen.
Frozen-
No.
Yeah,
just-
like
What?
Pizza
Chip a
rolls are
tooth on those
frozen
things.
no.
until you cook them.
All right. So it's something that you can't cook it. You have to like it comes
Yeah,
out
it's
of
a
bag,
snack.
pre-made something.
Because
All
if,
right,
if we're talking cooked stuff, I would say like chicken tenders or something, but I never do that.
Chicken
Right.
fries.
Chicken fries is a good call too.
all right. I guess if I'm picking something that's not made, I'll go with sun chips.
Sun chips
I
is a
like
good
sun
call. Or
chips the most.
peanut butter crackers are good too.
I was gonna say peanut butter pretzels.
Oh yes, that's
Those
a
are
great
really
call.
good.
Yeah,
Just-
those
I
I'd
hardly
be
ever
like
buy
second
those,
or
but
third for
I'll
me.
eat a lot of those if I
the
have them.
giant like Costco.
Yeah, like in the barrel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The
Would
barrel.
never know of them. With the peanut allergy.
Oh.
well.
Oh.
Yeah.
My condolences.
I don't know whose turn it is, but I'm going to go. The last question is from Scarlett. What is your favorite gaming memory?
Oh man.
Can I go first? Because it's easy for me.
Go ahead.
Sure.
It's beating Revan in Star Wars: The Old Republic with my friends. That was
That's
one of
nice.
that was one of the best gaming moments of my life. Like we spent months
we did.
and months trying to beat this boss, and like people stuck it out. Like there were a couple players who like couldn't figure it out, and like we had to replace them because we were just at a standstill. And there was weeks where we would regress like 2 phases for a whole night, and everybody was just down. And like you finally get to the final phase of the boss or the final set of phases, and it's a whole new fight, and it's like everything you worked on to this point doesn't matter. And there were so many months of doing it, and when we won, like I'll go back still and watch that clip or that moment and be like, that is genuine happiness in a game. So
Yeah.
that's a no-brainer for me. And it was all my closest friends that I've that I love as my friends playing with me. You know what I mean? Like that was the penultimate of my gaming career. Like when you get to play with all of your friends
And accomplish something.
and accomplish something like that, that means something to me.
Totally get it.
Absolutely.
And then after that, everybody quits
Right.
because they're like, "Fuck this game."
Yeah, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah,
for the
no.
next raid.
Well, I still to this day, if somebody says to me, "Hey, Marcus, want to do Revit?" Nope, never ever again. One clear is all I need.
That's us and Ravagers now.
Yeah.
Master Blaster. Anyways, what about you guys?
I think I have a couple things. Like I was trying to think of one specific memory. I don't think I have one exactly, but I think like playing those PC games with my dad when I was super little was meant a lot, and then playing some games with my grandfather meant a lot too. Like the tank game, or like remember that terrible sci-fi movie? It was like some like with giant spiders attacked everything. It was like 1,000 eyes or something. I don't remember. There's a game version of that, and you like killed spiders in like a shopping mall with like a nail gun. But
Oh my god.
All right.
they're giant like dog size arachnids.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks. It's over.
It's terrible. But like I don't know, things like that where like I got to like play a game with or like with like somebody like a family member or something like that. And then like I don't know, some meaningful things in games that I could think of is playing Fallout 4 because it was based in Boston for the first time when you come out of the vault and like exploring like Fenway Park and like things like that in the game. Yeah, Fenway Park.
Fenway Pack.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're close, Atrax. It's not quite authentic. I mean, I also don't have that accent, but
Well,
the like I don't know, I think that was pretty cool. Or like honestly, the end of God of War 2018 was really cool too. To like finish the game and like see the like cliffhanger ending of like, oh my god, what does this mean now? It was pretty epic too. I don't know, that was a really satisfying gaming experience. God of War it was like ending. So I don't know, something like that. I think
that's a good one.
I got like a Mount Rushmore, I guess, as per usual. I'm on brand.
Atrax.
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah,
Whomever.
you go.
For
We're pushing
me,
you forward.
yeah, I'll say collectively, it would be the times going to the arcade and playing Pump It Up with my dad and everybody else that I got to meet through doing that. So like that collective group of memories, because we would go to the arcade like 3 or 4 times a week and just be there playing rhythm games for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And then we'd go home. So, you know, that was just a fun thing to do. And it got me into rhythm gaming, but also I think just gaming in general too. That really reinforced it of, you know, just hanging out at the arcade and meeting people and playing games.
That's
So
an
that'd be-
interesting like social like time to like develop that skill of like, oh hey, these random people you don't know are just they're also cool and like it's fine to hang out with them. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of a
Right.
tough like step to take as a kid. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like meet random people. Like for me, I kind of got over that hurdle through paintball, like just going to the field all the time and meeting random people.
Right.
But it's interesting to like to make that leap from like, oh, these are just my friends that I know at school or whatever. To like, oh, this is just a total stranger that you get to go befriend, you know?
And it was cool because at that time the developers lived in the area for that game. So they would go to that location and I would hang out with them all the time and, you know, learn like I'd watch how they played the game and then learn how to improve. And it was, I still know, so, you know, still keep in contact with some of them too. So that's pretty.
Are they still game devs?
I'm not entirely sure. I know one for sure is, and he has his own step game now called Step Maniacs.
Marcus is like, and they're not on the show. Why?
Like, what the fuck? Like, perfect guest, Atrax.
Yeah,
that's a perfect DM.
We're working on it, all right? We're working on it. I know the schedule. I see how full it is. Don't you worry.
That's true.
Yes, we'll work on it.
All right,
That'll be great.
Kat, what is your favorite? Yeah.
I think mine is similar to Marcus's too. I feel like It's kind of crazy because like we were talking about SWOTOR, but I feel like the like sort of best time I had, like at the end of 6.0, I had just finished all of the hard mode bosses in 8 and 16. And on the very last night of 6.0, we were with a team that we had created that merged two of my teams together to form the 16 team. So it's basically like all of the people I liked to raid with in one place at one time. And we all just kind of sat there. We hung out. We did one last operation together before 6.0 ended. And my friend Lashka, she put down like the little emote with a fireplace where it's like you tell a story or whatever. And I have a picture of all of our tunes like sitting around the fire. Like, actually, we're sitting around the fire on the third floor of Revan.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just really sweet and it was really nice. And none of us knew it was going to happen. You know, like when everyone knew that like there were like a lot of changes that we weren't necessarily excited about in 7.0. And we all felt, you know, it was special. It was like a last night. It was very nice.
That's awesome.
So mine's also in SWTOR. I believe it was one fateful day on Ilum Gree event. And I met this healer, kind of a bitch. You might know her, I don't know. And we ended up taking out a 13-person Zerg, just the two of us in Ilum Gree event.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was how we became friends. It was so funny. We had been there. We had been grouped up with like by like a mutual friend. We were in like a group of people and people were like signing out. They're like, oh, we'll be back. We just happened to be like the two people left in an ops group, just me and him. And then frickin' like it was like all of a sudden like over the hill, it was like a squad of Republic players. We were like
a squad of Orden Latina.
Yeah. And we wiped them.
Wow.
And then we were like super best friends like ever since.
That's why we're a set.
Nice.
Because of that.
That's cool.
Tell everybody where they can find you guys.
Nowhere. Go.
That's a lie. You can find Ben in the Discord.
That's true.
Fine.
You can find, yeah, that's true. You can find me. I'm also in Marcus's Discord. I'm on Twitch. I'm Cat's Tales. Cat as in Katerina with a K. Cat_Tales on Twitch. I usually play. Man, I basically play like Sunday through Friday, just about every day, between 10 and 2. And I have my Discord and whatnot, so I have socials, but like I don't even think I can give them out. That seems stupid. I'm gonna stop talking.
All right. Well, thank you both for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for
Thanks
having
for
me.
having us.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of Working Class Nerds.